broadcasting sports. It's time for Post-8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post-8 Baseball is brought to you by Evermore Boutique, Wagner Auto, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Service Master, and Rising Hope Counseling.
We'll take off for a second. Dean, outdoors right field. That one is going to get out for Bennett Dean. 5 runs driven in.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Todd's Electric, Pierre Sports Center, Air Tech, Gales Gas, Avera, Bank West, and B&B Equipment.
Zabel on the 3-0, outdoor center field. That's far, that's gone. A 3-run homer for Grace Zabel. And it's a 3-1 lead.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Overhead Door Company, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Birding Electric, Olson Plumbing, and Agtegra.
There's a fly ball out to left field. Going back on it deep is Rue. He's going to turn and watch it sail over for a home run. And Andy Gordon, his first home run of the season, first home run of his career.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by All Around Graphics, First Dakota National Bank, Comtech, Shane's Pharmacy, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Midwest Cooperative, South Dakota Weed and Pest, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler, and Lamb Motor.
The 2-1 pitch. Stout, out towards right field. Did he get enough of it? Is it going to go? And walk off. Grand slam for Garrett Stout.
Post-8 Baseball is also brought to you by Kathy Sunshine Properties, Sioux Nation, Kruger Contracting, Home Care Services, and Fisher Rounds. And now, with the call of today's action, KCCR award-winning sports director, John Winkler.
And we welcome you here to Corbin Field as it is the semifinals. Post-8 will take on the same Mandan team that they saw earlier today. But with the first pitch coming at 5 o'clock, we were scheduled to start at 5 o'clock. We were looking for a 5 o'clock start, but instead we will be in a lightning delay. There is lightning in the area, so we will not be starting on time. And this is really the only thing that will keep us from starting on time, Greg. With the all-turf field, a rain delay really isn't going to stop us. Rain is not going to stop us, but here in this ball game, lightning is going to be the reason why we get stopped.
And that's the thing, and like we talked about a little earlier, I mean, as we were getting ready for the broadcast, just the fact that at least it's raining somewhere, and we got 0.15 of an inch in Pierre earlier today, so that's good news. Maybe the spigot is going to start to turn on, and we'll see if we can start generating a few rain showers going forward from here. So we drove through some rain on the way up here yesterday around the Bismarck area, and there's kind of been spitting showers throughout the day here. We've had some raindrops on the windshield, and then tomorrow morning there's a pretty good chance of rain throughout a good share of the day. So we'll just have to see how things transpire with the weather forecast.
We are here in this lightning delay. It's going to be at least a half an hour before we will get things rolling again. And the good thing is there's no IO to be taken because both these teams already played once. So the good thing is that we should be able to get going pretty quickly once this rain delay is or the lightning delay is over, if it is only going to be in half an hour. But what we are going to do is for those that are listening on a KCCR, we are going to go back to regular programming, which there is a baseball game going on right now. If you're watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports, we will keep the broadcast going. We'll get we'll try and get you the radar up and kind of have that in the background or in the, I guess, as the site for you, the picture for you, and then we will be talking or listening to baseball for Major League Baseball until we get a word, and we'll come back with more details. So we will send things back to regular programming for now here on a KCCR as you are listening to Post-8 Baseball on a KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Of the decision to try to get a guy at home plate, which is a low probability based upon all the factors.
1-0 pitch, a slider to the outside edge, and a strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. They did charge a throwing error on Almora for allowing the runners to advance. So a sac fly for McCutcheon to give Philly the lead. Then the error allowed Hoskins to get to third, Harper to second. 1-1 pitch. At the knees, strike called. Another slider from DeGrom, 1-2.
Tell you what, if he can get out of this, which he's in a really good spot to do that against Williams with just having given up 1 run. I mean, that's what you're talking about, a lead. Bases loaded, nobody out. Heart of the order coming up for the Phillies. And if he walks off the mound, having only given up 1 run, you tip your cap.
1-2. Fastball slammed foul, right side out of play, and elevating 100 there was DeGrom. Williams fought it off.
Next strikeout for Williams will be the hat trick on the day.
5 so far for DeGrom. Hoskins at third, Harper at second with 2 down. Phillies have scored a run to take the lead here in the 6th, 2-1. DeGrom from the belt. The 1-2 to Williams. Slider low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And now McCann will go visit the mound to talk to DeGrom with a 2 ball, 2 strike count on Luke Williams, who helped Team USA recently, Singy, qualify for the Olympics back in May. The rookie, 24-year-old, was a part of that Team USA. Started all 4 games for the USA, going 8 for 18, drove in 6, and helping them qualify. Then shortly upon returning to the Phillies organization, had his contract selected. And he's up in the bigs. DeGrom ready to go, the 2-2. Swing and a piece at home plate, just getting a tip of it was Williams to hang in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the slider from DeGrom.
86 pitches thrown so far by DeGrom, and gotta wonder if this is it, the way that they've really tried to be careful with him.
The most he has thrown is 109 in a game this year. The pitch, low and away in a full count, but that was back in April. And the most he has thrown in a game since April was 85 on June 5th against San Diego. Full count, 2 outs. Hoskins at third, Harper at second. DeGrom, the pitch. Swinging a bouncer, speared by DeGrom, goes up the ladder to field it and throws out Williams at first. An athletic play by Jacob DeGrom to retire the side. The Phillies get a run to take the lead. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Phillies 2, Mets 1. You're listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
This week on Sunday Night Baseball, 2 of the National League's best go head-to-head in L.A. when the Cubs face Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers. Coverage begins at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. Presented by Credit Karma.
Exclusively on ESPN Plus, UFC 264, Saturday, July 10th. One of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, the highly anticipated trilogy fight. Welcome to the big show! This is the fight that settles it all. UFC 264, Saturday, July 10th at 10 p.m. Eastern. Buy it on ESPNplus.com/PPV. The prelims start at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app.
Coming up on the Max Kellerman Show, a full recap of a jam-packed NBA playoff weekend. Tune in. The Max Kellerman Show. Weekdays, 2 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus.
We miss going to the games we love and celebrating with those closest to us. But we have reason to hope, and the ball is in our court. Wear a mask and keep a social distance. Vaccines are rolling out. Get informed. Talk to your doctor. The vaccines are safe, effective, and free. So let's do our part to protect each other and get back in the game. Visit GetVaccineAnswers.org so you can make an informed decision when COVID-19 vaccines are available to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the CDC. This is Jay Williams from Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin. You're listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
On to the home half of the sixth. Phillies 2, Mets 1 with Chris Singleton and Jim Basquill. Roxy Bernstein with you. Phillies and Mets, NL East rivals at Citi Field on this Saturday late afternoon, early evening, depending on where you're joining us. Your Saturday game of the week. Defensive change. Travis Jankowski takes over for the Phillies. Jankowski is in right field for Bryce Harper, and you're wondering if the effects of getting hit by that pitch from DeGrom forcing Harper out of the ballgame.
I would say absolutely.
Heart of the order, Michael Conforto leads off the sixth and waves at a fastball for strike one.
Hit in the lower leg, left leg, calf area.
Lined up by Zach Eflin. The one-strike pitch to changeup to Conforto is outside. 1-1 is Conforto hit by a pitch in the first, grounded out in the third. So Travis Jankowski is now in right for Harper. Inside, Conforto, ball two. Two balls, one strike. Eflin, the abbreviated motion. The pitch, and Conforto swings and misses out in front of a changeup. 2-2.
Well, he sold it with the arm speed there. Got Conforto tracking fastball all the way and just didn't arrive in time. And continued difficult hitting conditions right now.
2-2. Conforto takes inside. Fastball with some cutting action to it. No full count is, you're right, those shadows singing have crept across from third base and are headed toward the pitcher's mound, plus have engulfed home plate. Sunlight still bathing on the mound as Eflin kicks the 3-2 and Conforto takes down low, missing with an off speed, a leadoff walk. And that ends the run for Eflin without allowing a walk as he gives the base on balls to Conforto to start the sixth. Now we'll bring Pete Alonso to the plate for the Mets. Some stirring but no activity in the Phillies bullpen. And the Mets had Loop up earlier, but he has sat down as DeGrom pacing back and forth in the first base dugout, which would lead me to believe DeGrom's going to head back out there for the seventh. Pete Alonso 0 for 2, a fielder's choice and a ground out. Conforto at first, the pitch, and a fastball that slammed down on the back foot of Alonso for strike one. Foul ball. But Eflin, that is the first walk that he has allowed since he walked Ronald Acuna Jr. in the fifth inning on June 9th. He has had outstanding command this season. Just 10 walks now in 89 innings for Eflin. One strike pitch. Alonso takes a fastball low. 1-1.
You look at this Phillies team, I mean, starting rotation, guys like Zach Wheeler, Nasty, Aaron Nola, Eflin, not one of the frontline starters, but you would expect their starters' ERA to be ranked higher than they are. They're 10th in the National League. And just off of Nola and Wheeler, you kind of think, all right, they're going to be a better rotation than that.
1-1, swing and a miss by Alonso with Conforto at first base. 1-2 on the Mets cleanup batter. And speaking of Nola, seeing how about what he did yesterday in game one of that doubleheader?
Yeah.
10
Impressive.
Straight strikeouts. Tied the major league record set by Tommy Terrific, Tom Seaver, back in April of 1970 against the Padres.
And how about doing it against the Mets at Citi Field? Tom Seaver, the great Met Hall of Famer.
1-2 pitch, fastball low, 2-2 on Alonso.
Mets definitely claim Tom Seaver. The late Tom Seaver as well, passed away here.
And the Mets wearing the number 41 patch on their right arms of their jerseys to honor Tom Seaver. It was April 22nd, 1970. He became the first pitcher to have 10 consecutive strikeouts, which was matched by Nola yesterday. And a foul at home plate over toward the Phillies on deck circle, third base side from Alonso. Count holds 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5 decades later, Aaron Nola did it. Seaver did it at Shea Stadium. Nola did it essentially across the parking lot at Citi Field, the new ballpark for the Mets. Two and two. Conforto at first. 2-1 Phillies. Bottom 6. The pitch in on the hands and looped back to the screen. Foul off the bat of Alonso.
He's been very efficient in this one. 74 pitches. We're talking about on the flip side, Jacob deGrom. Close to 90 pitches thrown, and this has been a great battle. I mean, on the marquee was Jacob deGrom, his starter. No one talking about Zach Eflin, really, but he is out-dueling with his team up 2-1.
The pitch, and Alonso skies it out toward deep right center. Going back onto the track with room. Herrera makes the catch. Tagging and bluffing and heading back to first is Conforto, as Alonso just missed it. Gave it a ride out toward the deepest part of the ballpark. And on the track, Odubel Herrera is able to flag it down for the out.
Yeah, just got under that just a little bit. And Alonso knows that a small adjustment there. If he would have been able to stay on top of it a little bit more, that's sailed it up to the seats, and the Mets are leading 3-2.
1 out, Conforto at first. Dominic Smith, a single and a run back in the second, is 1 for 2. Left-handed batter. First pitch is hit in the air to center, straight away, backpedaling, reaching the rim of the warning track and making the catch is Herrera. And staying at first base is Conforto. 2 outs before James McCann bats. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. With Chris Singleton and Jim Basketball, Roxy Bernstein with you. Bottom of the 6th at Citi Field. Phillies 2, Mets 1. Michael Conforto at first, 2 down. James McCann, the batter, 1 for 2, singled in the second inning. Phillies getting a run in the second, a 2-out RBI hit from Nick Maton. Then the Mets tied the game in the bottom of the second. An RBI double from Jose Peraza. It stayed a 1-1 ball game until the top of this inning. And a sac fly from Andrew McCutchen, giving the Phillies a 2-1 lead against the Mets and Jacob deGrom. Zach Eflin's pitch low and away to the right-handed batting McCann, ball 1. Two runs, 3 hits for the Phillies. A run, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Mets today.
Field looking crowded, Citi Field. And starting to pour back in after a long time of no fans in the ballpark and then limited capacity.
1-0 pitch. And that's fouled straight back by the right-handed hitting catcher McCann, 1-1. The Mets, who lead the East by 4 over the Nationals, coming into play today. The Braves and the Phillies, both 5 games off the pace of the Mets. And the Marlins are 9 out. As the Marlins lead the Nationals in the 7th in Miami 3-2 is John Birdie with a home run to put the Fish ahead. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Pitch Good action on that fastball from Eflin, running down and in, 1-2 on McCann.
Ever so slightly. It looks like it's very hittable. I'm sure the hitters are saying, how did I miss that pitch? Well, just that little late movement from Zach Eflin has been enough to stay away from damage in this ball game.
He's been sharp today. 1-2 pitch, swing and a ball chopped toward third, charging in the move. Moving in, Williams throws wildly to first, gets away from Hoskins, down the line. Michael Conforto turns the bag at third, will stay there as the right fielder Jankowski, who took over for Harper, fires the ball back in, but a break for the Mets, second and third with 2 down, and Jose Peraza coming up. And a tough play for third baseman Luke Williams, and the Mets still in business here in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, this is a tremendous job by the right fielder, Roxy, and this is the kind of stuff that most times goes unnoticed. 9 out of 10 times, an outfielder will run to back up a base that he's supposed to do, and it's that one rare time where it actually gets away, and it's a situation where you can prevent a runner from advancing or scoring. And right there, that was the tying run. So nice job by Jankowski to be where he was supposed to be.
Conforto at third, McCann at second, 2 outs. Peraza 1 for 2, the RBI double in the second. 2-1 Phillies, bottom 6. Zach Eflin missing outside with a fastball, ball 1. Activity just beginning in the Phillies bullpen. 81 pitches for Eflin. It'll be an infield hit for McCann and a throwing error on Luke Williams, allowing the runners to advance. One 1-0 on Peraza. Eflin for the set. Here comes. Swinging a ground ball left side. Cut off by Williams. Spinning toward his left. Throws to first, and he got him. Williams makes up for with a fine play, ranging far to his left. And the Mets strand 2 in scoring position through 6. It's Phillies on top of the Mets. 2-1. This is Major League Baseball on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Listen to every game live or on demand with MLB Audio.
That is long gone.
Listen to home, away, and Spanish language where available, including in-market radio broadcasts on supported iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, Android, and Amazon devices.
An amazing play.
Download MLB today. It's your #1 app for live baseball.
There goes another one.
Blackouts and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.com for details.
It's time for some straight talk. You've got real work to do, but everyone's sucking up the free Wi-Fi faster than a Mocha Choco double frap on ice. So be your own hotspot. Now with Straight Talk Wireless, get 10 gigs of hotspot data with the ultimate unlimited plan. Just $55 a month on America's largest and most dependable networks. You don't have to find a hotspot. You are the hotspot. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Compatible device required. See straighttalk.com.
Jim Basswell in studio, reminding you to start your day with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin every weekday morning from 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern. It's followed by Greeny with Mike Greenberg until noon, right here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Afternoon baseball today. Adam Wainwright pitches 6 strong, struck out 8 in all. Cardinals best the Pirates 3-1 with both Pauls going deep. Goldschmidt his 11th, DeYoung his 9th of the season. They've gone final in Buffalo with the Blue Jays, 12-4 winners over the O's. They went out 3 times in this one with Vladimir Guerrero Jr. connecting on his 26th of the year. That leads Major League Baseball. Meantime, the Detroit Tigers snapped the Astros 11-game winning streak. 3-1 is your final. Houston's run of wins was 1 away from a franchise record. First time in 13 starts, Jacob deGrom has given up more than 1 earned run, 2 runs over 6. Phillies have the lead on to the 7th with Singy and Roxy.
Yeah, Jim, is Jacob deGrom now will turn it over to the bullpen as we head to the 7th and a 2-1 lead for Philadelphia. Aaron Loop, the veteran lefty, after 6 innings from Jacob deGrom, has struck out 5, walked 1, giving up just 3 hits. But a 2-1 lead for the Phillies as the Phils at sacrifice fly right now by Andrew McCutchen in the 6th is the difference in this game. And a lefty Loop will face the bottom of the order, Nick Maton, Ronald Torreyes and Zach Eflin here in the 7th. Loop's been terrific this year. 1.59 ERA, his 27th appearance.
Yeah, just lights out. Throws that sinker, cutter. And 28 strikeouts in 22 thirds innings as well.
Maton, an RBI single in the 2nd, 1 for 2, left on left, and Loop, who comes from the side almost, slings it up there.
Land down under, huh?
No, but I mean, it's definitely out there, but it's not a complete sidearm.
No.
Ball 1, by the way, to Maton. It's not a full 3/4 either.
It's no Chad Bradford.
It's strike to the outside corner. 1-1.
You like when I bring up former A's, don't you?
I do. There's definitely a crossfire action. How's that? To Loop's delivery. The 1-1. Breaking ball in there at the knees, 1 and 2, as Maton didn't agree.
It spells no fun for left-handed hitters. The delivery of Aaron Loop.
Ranger Suarez is up in the Phillies bullpen with the pitcher spot due up 3rd here in the 7th. 1-2 from Loop. Swing and a miss, and a pitch running down and away, and a strikeout as Nick Maton has a couple of words for Doug Eddings on his way back to first base.
You know what those words were, likely? Why did we start this game at 4 o'clock today? Because
Chris Singleton said he wanted it at 4 o'clock.
I tell you, I feel for these guys, man. It is tough. Game starts at that time, and especially when you got nasty pitchers on the mound. The Phillies have faced DeGrom. Didn't have his best stuff today, but still pretty dominant.
Ronald Torreyes takes a strike from Aaron Loop.
And then Loop comes in. Loop, one of the best relievers in the league this year. You got to face him now with tough background, shadows.
Only for the stretch. 1 strike pitch, and Torreyes grounds it through the shift into left center field for a hit. And a sharp single, a ground ball that skipped past Lindor out toward left center. It's hit number 4 for the Phillies, and a 1-out base runner in the pitcher's spot due up.
Good little piece. And you look at the history, Ronald Torreyes, former Yankee, Joe Girardi, former Yankee skipper, 96 miles per hour on the exit velocity there.
Zach Eflin staying in the game, hitting for himself here in the 7th. Runner at first, he squares to bunt. Eflin missed it for strike 1 with the corners charging for the Mets. Couple of ground outs for Eflin.
And this is clearly an example of Joe Girardi saying, I'd rather roll with Zach Eflin towards the end of his outing for another inning or so than turn it over to my bullpen, which has been really bad this year.
Poor bunt attempt is Eflin missing. It's 0-2 on the Phillies pitcher. And look, Zingy, with the struggles the Phillies bullpen has had, would you trust the bullpen?
Not so much. Not, especially, you have to look at, where's Zach Eflin?
Bunting at it, 0-2. Nicely done. Eflin gets it down first base line. Played by McCann. Throws to first with Peraza covering. The sacrifice goes 2-4 as Torreyes gets to second with 2 down. We go back to the top of the order and Herrera for the Phillies.
No, but you're looking at saying where Zach Eflin is, and do I think the projection for another inning and his effectiveness is better than the uncertainty of what I would run out of the bullpen here with this 1-run lead? And I think we have our answer. His answer is, I'm going to go with Zach Eflin.
2 outs, Torreyes at second. Herrera doubled and scored in the 6th as 1 for 3 as he snapped an 0 for 24 with that double against DeGrom. Loop from the high set. The pitch. Herrera swing and a miss as Loop took something off, strike 1. Well, last year the Phillies bullpen, Singy, was historically bad.
Right.
It was horrendous. This year it's just bad. As opposed to historically bad.
It was supposed to be better. And early in the season, it looked like they were going to be better.
1 strike pitch down and away from Loop to the left-handed batter, 1-1.
But it was short-lived. Definitely optimism.
And they've tried a number of guys down there, and just nothing has been working for Joe Girardi. 1 ball, 1 strike.
As we welcome you back here to Corbett Field, as we are getting set for the game between Pierre and Mandan, as we are having a lightning delay, maybe about 5:20, 5:30. We might get started with this ball game as the Eights will be taking on the Mandan Chiefs in this semifinal action. We will step aside for 3 minutes. We will come back and have some more of the pregame show to get you set for Pierre and Mandan. You're listening to Post-State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre.
As we welcome you back here to Corbett Field as we are getting set for the semifinals. Pierre and Mandan will play here in the semifinals, the 1 versus 4 seed, as it was Post-State that won with the first 2 games. And then Mandan beat Post-State earlier today by the final score of 6-1. The bracket play ended with a 18-2 win. Watertown, so those 2 teams will play again later on tonight. Minot being the number 2 seed. Watertown will be the 3 seed. The 2 winners of these last 2 games of the day will meet at 12 o'clock tomorrow for the championship game between here for the Minot tournament. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean as we are a little bit behind schedule because of a lightning delay that forced us to now these guys are getting warmed up at 5:14 and 5:10. They were able to get themselves out and start warming up again as we're getting ready for baseball. Elliot Life will be the pitcher. He'll be in the batting order as well. We'll have two National League lineups here as Mandan will also have their pitcher. Actually, we will not have two National League lineups. Mandan will have their DH in their spot. But Elliot Life, he kind of he's earned the right to be in this spot. Elliot Life has thrown well, and he has also been hitting well to be the guy hitting for himself at this point.
Yeah, and Elliot Life, again, continues to just do exactly what the Eights want out of him, and that's go out and give you just a solid start every time that he takes on the mound, and then has really blossomed in the last couple of weeks, and pretty much has put himself into a position where he's pretty much the everyday center fielder going forward right now.
The Eights will be looking for a win here against this Mandan Chiefs team after falling 6-1 earlier today. Mandan won their first game here of the tournament after dropping the first two to both Minot and Watertown yesterday, as these two teams will battle again, looking to reverse the fortune of what Pierre had in game one of the day here against the Mandan Chiefs at Corbett Field in Minot. First pitch coming up here in just a little bit. We will step aside for 3 minutes, come back with more of the pregame show. You're listening to Post-State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
This is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
ATVs provide wonderful outdoor recreation, but they can also rapidly spread noxious weeds. An ATV can pick up noxious weeds in one area and spread them to the next area in which it is used. When you finish your ride, make sure your ATV is free of weeds and weed seeds. Cleaning your machine is important in stopping the spread of noxious weeds like leafy spurge. To find out how you can help prevent the spread of noxious weeds, call the South Dakota Department of Agriculture or your local county weed and pest supervisor.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master. The clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
Back here at Corbett Field as we are just about set for first pitch. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean as it is going to be Elliott Life on the mound for Post State. Their first time to be the home team in this tournament. But they've been the road team both in the first two games yesterday and against Mandan here in the round robin. But now they are the home team and should be the rest of the tournament. If they do win here today, they'll be in the championship of the tournament tomorrow. And as the number one seed should be that home ball club. But Post State looking for a 3-1 Friday and Saturday and to get to that elusive championship game, which has been eluding them the last couple of years here at Corbett Field in Minot. We've not seen this Post State team be in the championship, and it would be nice to have them have an opportunity to take this potential either Minot or Watertown, Minnesota team in the championship and maybe take home a little hardware with them.
And it would be fun to watch this team play well, and they have played well so far against these three teams, two from North Dakota, one from Minnesota, and we'll see if they can continue to run the record up. Currently sitting at 17-10 on the year, have won 13 of their last 18, and just are playing some very good fundamental baseball and building a foundation that I think will carry them certainly into the month of July and the odd thing, and it's hard to think of, but the playoffs start I think actually 4 weeks from this weekend. I think they start on a Thursday, if I'm correct.
I believe it will be Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
I think. I'm not entirely sure on how that will all play out either. But yeah, we are closing in on the playoffs here. We're less than a month away. We get to the end of the regular season and into playoff mode. Just another couple weekends, just 2 more weekends, really, with a free weekend over the 4th of July on Saturday and Sunday, and then we go to the Gopher Classic before then playing that region round. So we are closing in on the end of this season, and for Post State playing well right now, want to continue that as we get into the final couple of games of the year. Post State will go with Elliott Life on the mound. Braden Bunnell will be the man on the mound for the Mandan Chiefs, trying to win both games against Post State. They're 0-2 against both Minot and Watertown, and they're looking to go 2-0 against this Pierre Post State team. And the Eights are looking to beat all 3 of these teams at least once, and then try and beat someone twice tomorrow to win the championship. We will step aside for 2 minutes. We will come back with first pitch. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at comtechplus.com.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or Post State apparel? All-around graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All-around graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue, or call 224-4677. All-around graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
As we welcome you back here to Corbett Field, the rain has started to fall here in Minot, but that is not going to keep us from playing some baseball. Elliott Life and the Post State's baseball team has taken the field as they start their warm-up tosses as we go through the starting lineups for the Mandan Chiefs. It will be Isaac Cuddle, the DH, leading things off. Lucas Burgum, the short bat, second and play short. Preston McElvaney, the first baseman, batting third. Blake Ahrens, the center fielder, batting cleanup. Avery Bogner, the third baseman, will bat fifth. McCoy Keller, the second baseman, batting sixth. Reagan Schlosser, the right fielder, will bat seventh. Ben Kleinknecht, the catcher, batting eighth. And Anthony Johnson, the left fielder, will bat ninth. So a couple of different guys in the order than what we had seen in game number one between Pierre and Mandan, but it's the same as Post State, as we have some new guys that will be taking the field for Post State and in the batting order. We'll talk about that here in just a little bit. But Elliot Life will be taking the mound as he is looking to continue what he has started way back in the month of May. And that's throwing some really good baseball for both the Pierre Governor High School baseball team and for Post State, as he's making his fifth appearance of the season, his fourth start. He has thrown 12 2/3 innings. His ERA is 6.07, but he has got 20 strikeouts, 14 walks, and a whip of 2.3. And that ERA can drop down if he can find his way to a couple of zeros here on the scoreboard for the Eights here in this game. The rain is falling, but we are set for baseball on a still gorgeous Saturday evening. We'll see how long this rain will take place, but the beauty of us, we get in the nice little press area, which is far back in the grandstand, that even some extra wind shouldn't get us wet. Isaac Cuddle will step to the plate. We are ready for baseball here on this Saturday evening. Just about a half an hour behind schedule as LA Life delivers the first pitch. It'll be taken for strike one here at 5:26 in Minot, North Dakota.
71 degrees at first pitch here at Corbett Field. Wind out of the north at 10 miles an hour.
And the 0-1 pitch will drop below the zone. It is now 1-1 here to Huddle. In game one, Huddle went 0 for 3. Did reach on air and also drew a walk. 1-1 pitch just a bit outside, and it's now 2-1. This is now the meaningful games. Everybody makes the semifinals. You had the round robin to play 3 games, and now you got to win this one to play tomorrow. 2-1 pitch is fouled out of play, and it's now 2-2.
Eights wearing, again, same as this morning, wearing the black tops, gray pants, green letters across the front saying Post 8, green numbers on the back outlined in white, gray pants, black and green caps for Mandan. They're in the all grays, gray tops, gray pants, green letters across the front saying Mandan outlined in yellow, and then green numbers on the back outlined in yellow as well.
2-2 pitch is a ground ball over the first baseman, Dean. He will take to the bag himself. The leadoff man retired here to open up the ball game. As we go around the horn defensively for Post State, Spencer Lettler is out in left field. McGuire Rasky is in center, and Jack Merkwan is in right. Andy Gordon at third, Matt Hansen at second. At short, Jaden Weeby's at second. Bennett Dean is at first, Kate Hinkle behind the plate, and Elliott Life on the mound. Here's the first pitch to Lucas Burgum. He'll swing and miss on that pitch, and it's quickly 0-1. Burgum with a 2-run homer, 3 RBIs in total of the 6-1 win for the Mandan Chiefs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will bounce in, and it's now 1-1.
And for Elliott Life to be effective, what he needs to do is make sure that the hitters understand, and he can establish that curveball of his, the left-hander. If he can throw that and command it and spot it for strikes, he becomes very tough. That's one of his best strikeout pitches.
As a fly ball out to center field, McGuire Rasky is out there patrolling center, and there's now 2 down to bring up Preston McElvaney, who did not play in game number 1, but just like as Post State did, kind of a chance to tinker a little bit of the lineup, knowing that the game didn't matter for seeding. He had a chance to draw in some different guys. McElvaney got a chance to have the game off, and now he is back in the number 3 spot. The lefty will dig in, crowding home plate. First pitch, he'll foul it out the other way. And that's, you look at what McElvaney, how close he stands. His front foot is on the line, on the inside of the batter's box. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will be at the knees, and it's quickly 0-2.
Yeah, just a light rain shower. The radar shows that this should pass through fairly quickly. There is a cell just to the northwest of Minot. We'll see if that comes into play at any point throughout the rest of this game. But then off to the west, it looks pretty clear from here all the way to the Wyoming border.
Count is 1-2 to McIlvaney. Here is the 1-2 pitch. The line ground ball right back up the middle. And it will be a 2-out single, so no 1-2-3 inning here for Elliott Life. No hitter, no perfect game for Elliott Life.
Yep.
And it'll bring up Blake Ahrens here with two down and 1 on.
There goes the no-hitter.
There goes the no-hitter. Bo Merkwan making his way, giving the umpire he's now the bat boy and the ball boy.
And doing a good job. He's putting in a lot of effort over there on the post-8 bench.
Even in the rain, he's standing out. He's not worried about the rain. That one will get all the way to the backstop. Got underneath Hinkle. Rounding second is McIlvaney. He will stay there at second base. So it'll be a first pitch ball to Blake Ahrens. And now a runner in score position here with 2 down in the top of the first.
And the one thing that will happen on this turf is that baseball will probably come back in a little wet. And we've seen Elliott Life step off the mound a couple of times trying to rub down the baseball and trying to get a little better grip. And that's going to be important for him because he needs that grip in order to make that curveball work.
So you're saying Spider Tack should be used?
Spider Tack would come in real handy right now.
Count is 2-0 here to Blake Ahrens, the cleanup hitter from the stretch. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That one will bounce in. Good block by Hinkle, and is now 3-0. On deck is Avery Bogner. There is an open base over at first. But a 3-0 count. The cleanup hitter, we'll see if Ahrens is taken or not. He went 1 for 2 in the 12 o'clock game against this post-8 team. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That one is over. Get me over strike. It is now 3-1. With 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Runner on second. There's a base hit by Preston McIlvaney. Advanced on a wild pitch. Here's a 3-1 pitch. There's a ground ball to the right side. Wiebe will come up the field. He'll underhand flip to Dean, and that will retire the side here in the top of the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the first. No score between Mandan and Post 8s as the 8s are coming to the plate. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Agtegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Agtegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Agtegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
Rain has subsided here at Corbett Field as we get to the bottom of the first inning, as it is no score between Pierre and Mandan as we go through the batting order for Post 8. Elliott Life will lead things off. He's pitching. Jane Wiebe batting second, playing second. McGuire Rasky, the center fielder, will bat third. It'll be Andy Gordon, the third baseman, batting the cleanup spot. Kane Hinkle, the catcher, will bat fifth. Benedine, the first baseman, batting sixth. Spencer Lettler, the left fielder, batting seventh. Jack Merkwan, the right fielder, will bat eighth. And Matt Hansen, the shortstop, will round out the order for the 8s here in this ball game, the semifinal between Pierre and Mandan. Winner will go to the championship to face either Minot or Watertown, Minnesota. That game coming up after this one. First pitch to Elliott Life is missing for ball 1.
Mandan, after the win earlier today over the 8s, comes into this game at 5:30 tonight, 9-10 on the season.
The 1-0 pitch is missed inside. Is now 2-0 from Bunnell. Braden Benelli was the first baseman in Game 1. Now the starting pitcher here for the Chiefs. 2-0 pitch. That one just misses low and inside, and it's now 3-0 here to the leadoff hitter, Elliott Life. See if we'll get a strike on 3-0. Instead, it's a 4-pitch walk. And the leadoff man is on base to kick off the bottom of the first to bring up Jaden Wiebe.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how deep the Mandan pitching staff is, having played 2 games yesterday. This is the second game today, and then they've got double headers at home on Tuesday and Wednesday this week. So they've got 8 games over the span of 5 days, I believe. So pitch count rules coming into effect. They may have to think about protecting some pitching as they go forward and think about their schedule going forward.
Count is quickly 2-0 here to Jaden Wiebe. It's 6 straight misses now from Bunnell to start the ball game. I would think that Wiebe will be taking until he gets a strike, as he has not thrown one quite yet. 2-0 pitch, and that one is over, and it's now 2-1.
There's the jinx.
Well, hey,
I shouldn't call it a jinx.
I was going to say we need a strike. We want to see Bunnell pump in a lot of strikes, and we'll see a lot of hits in this ball game. Get the bats rolling. Wiebe was 0 for 4 in that first game against Mandan. 2-1 pitches missed low and outside, and it's now 3-1. And again, you Wiebe with a good hitter's count, but maybe looking for that one spot, sitting on a fastball, looking for one spot to swing at because of the struggles here, the first 2 hitters for Bunnell. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Wiebe will line it right over the second baseman. Throw back to first is not in time. So it'll be a line out from Wiebe to the second baseman, Keller, and there is one down. That could have easily been a double play, but Life was able to slide back in safely. So as we go around the horn defensively, Avery Johnson's out in left, Blake Aarons in center, Schlosser is in right, Avery Bogner at third, Burgum is at short, Keller is at second, McElvaney is at first, Klein Connect behind the plate, Elliott Life will take off, but McGuire Askew will foul it back, and so Life will head back to first base. And the count is 0-1 here to McGuire Askew, who is hitting the ball really well. He's gotten now 4 hits so far in this tournament in the 2 games that he has played. Had the second game off last night against the Minot Vistas. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Bunnell to Rasky. That's outside, and it's 1-1.
And again, tournament against out-of-state opponents gives Coach White, Coach Nas, chance to work a lot of different kids into the lineup. So a lot of different kids getting at bats and playing time this weekend.
1-1 pitch. That is low and outside, and it's now 2-1 here to McGuire Rasky. We saw Life take off on that first pitch of the at-bat to Rasky. He has not taken off in the last 2. But Rasky now ahead in the count, 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 3-1. Andy Gordon is on deck.
And the Eights are actually set up pretty well with their pitching staff to get through not only this game, but into tomorrow, and then the big doubleheader in Brandon on Tuesday. Just Isaac Polak, Gary Nedved, and Cade Hinkle unavailable.
As taken for a strike, Life will slide in safely at second as he slid for about 15 feet over to the bag. The throw was offline from the catcher Klein Connect. It was taken for a strike, so the count is full at 3-2. But Life is in scoring position. A base hit could give them an early 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Here from the stretch, Bunnell will deliver the payoff pitch to Rasky. He'll foul it off the other way, and we'll do it again here at 3-2.
And that's something to keep in mind, is the fact that now that this turf is just a little bit wet, the fact that the guys have to slide a little earlier, even when it's dry, and now that it's wet, it gets just a little more slick, and so now you got to add just a couple of extra feet onto your sliding distance.
3-2 pitch. Rasky will pop it up, foul territory, left side in play, and the catch is made by Bogner. And there is now 2 down here in the bottom of the first. It is Andy Gordon, the cleanup hitter, trying to drive in that game's first run. Gordon has been on a tear so far in this tournament. Another 2 hits in that in the game against Mandan. He has gotten, that'd be 6 hits so far in 3 games. Looking to continue that pace and also drive another run here for the Eights.
Leads the team in RBIs with 21. Just really setting the pace and hitting .425 on the year right now.
Here's the first pitch to Gordon. That one is at the letters for strike one. Runner on second here with 2 away in the bottom of the first. No score between Pierre and Mandan. Sun peeking its way out after a quick rain shower came through here at Corbett Field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Gordon got a piece of it, but fouled into the mitt of Klein Connect, so it's now 0-2.
What makes Andy Gordon such a good hitter is he just has a real short, compact stroke. There's not a lot of extra or wasted motion, and he's able to turn around, good fastballs and stay with pitches.
Andy Gordon will swing and miss at a pitch to strike 3, and that will retire the side. Ellie Life was taken off for third, but it didn't matter anyway as Gordon struck out. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We have the top of the second. No score between Pierre and Mandan. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Vertic Electric has a long history of doing electrical work the right way. Economical service, professional work, and customer satisfaction is why they can say that. Vertic Electric can do residential, farm, and commercial projects. Doesn't matter if they are charged with new construction or a remodel project, they get it conducted. Contact the staff at Vertic Electric at 224-8684. They can light a spark into your next project. Vertic Electric, 224-8684.
Are you driving a 2014 or newer vehicle? Are there less than 100,000 miles on it? Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is prepared to give you top dollar. Again, if your ride is 2014 or newer with less than 100,000 miles, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you top dollar for it right now. Trade it in or sell it to us. Doesn't matter. Your vehicle has never been worth more than it is right now. Stop in at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayflt.com.
As we welcome you back here to Corbett Field in Minot, it is the top of the second. No score between the Chiefs and the Eights. As it will be 5, 6, and 7. Avery Bogner, McCoy Keller, and Ryan Schlosser be the first 3 hitters for the Chiefs. John Wickler alongside Greg Dean. 1 hit so far in this ball game, and it was by the number 3 hitter, Preston McElvaney. 1 base runner for each side. These 2 teams played earlier today, the only times that these 2 teams will play this year. Last couple of years, they've been on the schedule. They've been regular season games, but now playing here in the Minot tournament, it's the only time that they'll see each other. I guess unless one of them wins the state championship, or both of them have to win the state championship and advance to the regionals in Sioux Falls. You could technically see them again, but probably the most likely scenario is that, percentage-wise, this is the only time that you'll see them this year. First pitch, foul tip. It'll go off the umpire. Avery Bogner will foul it away, and it is an 0-1 count here to Bogner.
And in order to give the umpire a little chance to catch his breath, Kate Hinkle walks slowly out to the mound, says a couple things to Elliott Life, and slowly walks back, and the umpire, and I get a chuckle out of this, goes out and brushes off home plate, a plate that I don't know that you can get. I don't know that you can get it dirty.
You can get a little bit of those little tire parts on it, and that's about it. But unless you get a whole bunch of them on there, I don't know if that's really gonna. Yeah, but hey, it's happened a couple times, but it's mostly just been for the simple fact of giving the catcher or umpire some time. There's a ground ball that's through left side for a base hit just past Andy Gordon. And the leadoff man is aboard. Bogner, his 3rd hit against Post State here in 2 games.
Yeah, hard hit ground ball just got underneath the glove of Andy Gordon, just to his left. And so Mandan has their leadoff man on here in the top of the second.
And they'll bring up McCoy Keller, the second baseman. This could be his first at-bats. Spencer Kuntz was the second baseman in Game 1 against Post State. Runner on first with nobody out. First pitch is in the dirt. Good block there by Hinkle. After Hinkle was a starter in Game 1, he's back being behind the plate. Back where he feels most comfortable, I would think. He might feel more comfortable behind the plate than he does in his own house sometimes. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one also bounced in. Another good block by Hinkle, and it's now 2-0. You ever think so? You ever think that he when he gets homesick, he actually just gets homesick to be behind home plate instead of actually be at home?
home plate sick.
Yeah, here's a 2-0 pitch. That comes inside, nearly hits McCoy Keller, and is now 3-0.
Yeah, that had to be a different angle, different viewpoint for him to be on the mound and look into home plate instead of looking out from home plate over the 5 innings he pitched this morning.
3-0 pitch. That one will get over at the knees. Is now 3-1. Here to McCoy Keller. Trying to avoid the first 2 base runners reaching here in the top of the second. Here's a 3-1 pitch from Life to Keller. That one's popped up on the right side. Jack Merkwan is calling for it. He'll backpedal, and make the catch for the first down here at the top of the second. Boy, that hung up there quite a bit. But Merkwan made the grab, and they'll bring up Ryan Schlosser, the right fielder, with 1 on and 1 out.
Yeah, Merkwan had to move over to his left about a half a dozen steps, but turned into a routine fly ball, and there's 1 out now. We'll see if Bogner goes in motion here at some point in this at bat.
First pitch, swinging, and out to McGuire Rasky in center field. He'll make the catch. No chance for Bogner to take off in that at bat, so there's now 2 down, and it will bring up the catcher Ben Kleinknecht. After the leadoff single from Bogner, Life trying to keep him over there with at least 2 fly ball outs now. Ben Kleinknecht, he also had the game off and did not play against Post State earlier today. The DH Huddle was behind the plate. First pitch, that is over for strike 1. If I remember correctly, too, I think those 2 guys split time last year being the catcher and DH most likely between those 2. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one will bounce in. It will get just a little bit away from Hinkle, and he could not grab it cleanly. So sliding in safely without a throw to second base will be Bogner, and the count's now 1-1, and he is in scoring position with 2 away.
And Bogner was getting a pretty healthy lead over at first base, so anything that dribbled away from Cade Hinkle, he was going to take off on, especially with 2 outs.
1-1 pitch. That one's popped up and out of play on the left side. As that one might have got across the street. That one was well turned on. The count is 1-2.
Got out of the park and actually didn't land too far from the Mandan bus.
1-2 pitch. That one will be off the umpire again, and the count will remain at 1-2.
Yeah, the umpire reacted right away on that. I mean, I'm not quite sure where it hit him, but it hit him to the point where I kind of wonder if it got him in the leg, maybe in the thigh, because he just immediately jumped and hopped on his left leg like maybe the ball hit him in the right leg someplace. So he probably will feel that one in the morning.
He's a trooper, though. He's ready to go before Cade Hinkle got done with a little conversation. Kleinknecht went over to talk with the guys on deck and in the hole, and also the third base coach for Mandan. So we're ready to go again. Count is 1-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Runner on second. Here's 1-2 pitch. That one just a bit outside, and it's now 2-2. Trying to paint that outside corner.
That's a good curveball at 1-2 to show Kleinknecht the curveball and see if he bites.
Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one checks his swing. He did not go. And it is now a full count with 2 away here in the top of the second. Runner is at second base, so he is not going to be off of the head start.
Boy, and from up here, that not only looked like a strike, but also a check swing. And so Mandan gets a couple of breaks on that pitch.
3-2 pitch. That one just went foul. There's a break for Post State. That was foul by a couple of inches. And it remains at 3-2 here with 2 down in the top of the second. Kleinknecht and Life in a good battle here. 2 outs, runner on second. Payoff pitch again. Popped up on the right side. Merkwan coming in. He'll call for it. He'll make the catch and retire the side. After the leadoff single from Avery Bogner, 3 straight flyouts to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. No score between Pierre and Mandan. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Overhead Door Company of Pierre is a locally owned business specializing in the sale, service, and installation of residential and commercial garage doors. They provide quality, dependable products with constant service and the peace of mind you need. Overhead Door is one of the most recognized and most respected brand in the garage door industry. For installation and repairs, call Overhead Door Company today at 224-6200. That's 224-6200.
Wondering what to do with that pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727.
As we welcome you back here, bottom of the second inning, Post States and Mandan in a scoreless tie. As it will be for the 8s, 5, 6, and 7. Cade Hinkle, Bennett Dean, Spencer Lettler. Anybody reaches base, it'll be Jack Merkwan. Two of these three guys that are coming up to begin this inning. The first two guys have hit a homer here and here at Corbett Field. Hinkle hit one to the right of the scoreboard out in right center field. Bennett Dean hit one right in front of the scoreboard out in right center field. Be nice to go back-to-back here to start off the bottom of the second.
You calling it?
I'm not calling it. I was just
You're
saying.
Just wishing?
I was just
You're
saying
just
that it would be nice to go back-to-back with these guys. But it is.
I wouldn't mind if you called it.
But now we'll have a first pitch strike, swing and a miss by Cade Hinkle. He walked Elliott Life in 4 pitches. Had a 2-0 count to Jaden Wiebe through 6 straight balls to open up the game. But he retired Wiebe, Rasky, and Gordon all in order after giving up a leadoff walk, as the count's now 1-1. Which is pretty impressive to really settle in, especially in that bottom of the first inning. 6 straight balls really kind of mentally, that's tough to overcome because you're going, boy, I really don't have this right now. I got to find a way to get this after having a 2-0 count, after walking the first man with 4 pitches. But he worked through it. 1-2 pitch now to Hinkle. That's outside, and it's now 2-2.
And Wiebe barreled up a ball. I mean, he had a laser right at the second baseman Keller, and then Bunnell was able to get Rasky to pop out to the third baseman, and then struck out Gordon.
2-2 pitch is fouled off the hands of Hinkle over to the third base dugout, the third base corner bench, and it sprayed a couple of Mandan guys. They scattered away, but it did hit the netting. 2-2 pitch. Hinkle will chase after it, swings and misses. And it's the second strikeout of the ball game now for Bunnell. Leadoff man retired here to open up the bottom of the second. And it'll be now Bennett Dean. Dean had the game off earlier today. Back in the order here after hitting a home run yesterday. I went back and watched that home run. Didn't realize it until I watched that home run that his elbow guard that he wears came off when he swung and hit the ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was laying right next to the home plate, and he had to come back and actually get it after he touched home and started walking back to the dugout. 1-0 pitch. That one's grounded foul, and it's now 1-1. Boy, as the sun is out and the turf is being hit, it was a little bit wet. It's kind of shining, a little bit of a shining effect to it. It's hard to see where the ball is actually going.
Mm-hmm.
On the right side, I thought that was going to be close to Coach White and to his left, but it was just barely fouled down the line. And the count's now 2-1 here to Dean.
Yeah, there is a glare almost that comes off of this field now that there's just a little bit of moisture on it.
That's the word I was looking for. 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a miss. It's now 2-2. Shining effect, glare, same thing. Found a different way to say the word glare.
Bunnell does a nice job mixing speeds on his pitches. He's got a pretty good fastball and able to throw in a pretty good changeup in the mix as well.
2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball right side, fielded by the first baseman. McElvaney, he'll flip to the pitcher covering. And there is now 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Boy, this Mandan bench right now, they've got a lot of energy over there.
Yeah, they're pretty boisterous right now.
They didn't have that energy in the 12 o'clock game. Must have still been somewhat sleeping. But whatever they had for lunch, has got them all energized. Here's the first pitch to Spencer Lettler. And that's over for a strike. I see that, and we could have a lot of fun here in this bench.
Mm-hmm.
Lettler, he's coming in. He went 0 for 2 in the ball game at noon. Here's the 0-1 pitch that is fouled out of play, and it's quickly 0-2. And Bonella is a strike away from retiring 6 in a row after the leadoff walk.
8's able to put 5 lefties in the first 7 batters, including 3 in a row between Hinkle, Dean, and Lettler.
0-2 pitch outside, just a bit outside. It's now 1-2. Second baseman Keller was starting to make his way over, but they got the right fielder in Schlosser as well is almost protecting the line down the right field side. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's outside. It's now 2-2.
And the center fielder Aarons is pulled way over into right center. Really playing Lettler to pull.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Lettler. That one is at the knees and taken for strike 3, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down in order here in the bottom of the second. 6 in a row retired from Bunnell, and we head to the top of the third. No score between Pierre and Mandan. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
As we head to the top of the third inning, no score between Pierre and Mandan, as the Chiefs will bring the plate 9-1-2. Anthony Johnson, Isaac Huddle, and Lucas Burgum. He might reach his base. Will be the number 3 hitter, Preston McIlvaney, who has one of the 2 hits, the only 2 hits of the ball game so far. They both come from the Mandan Chiefs. As Bunnell has really settled in after a 4-pitch walk in the bottom of the first, he has retired 6 in a row. As the first pitch from Elliott Life will bounce in, that was that one dropped in about 55 feet. So Johnson is the last man in the order. Number 9 man gets a chance to hit. And then we go back to the top of the order. Went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. As the 1-0 pitch is outside, and it's now 2-0. He did walk in that top of the third, which he stole second. Got a fly ball to tag up and go to third, then scored on a sacrifice fly. As a 2-0 is also outside, and it's now 3-0. See if Life can throw a strike here. 3-0 pitch. That one will miss, and it's a leadoff walk, 4-pitch walk. And Johnson is a threat to steal as he opened up the top of the third inning. And he gives the first base coach, who was not there quite yet, an imaginary high five as he gets himself to first base. It'll bring up Isaac Huddle. One of those, hey, thanks, coach. I'll give myself a high five here. Here's first pitch to Huddle. He'll swing and line that one to left field. Coming in is Lettler. He will make the catch. And a good play from the left fielder. Lettler hasn't played the Huddle perfectly. And there's one down. That could have been a big play for Mandan if that one either got down in front or gotten past Lettler. Well, there's now one down for Lucas Burgum, the shortstop, to come to the plate.
Sinking line drive that Lettler stayed with and kind of started tailing away from him. Huddle, the left-hander, got a little bit of English on the ball and started to move away from Lettler, and he stayed with the ball. Not only the fact that it had started to sink a little bit, but move away from him, and just a nice defensive play from Lettler.
Pickoff attempt and back in safely the first time. There's a runner will take off on the first pitch from Life, but it's grounded foul by Burgum. who is 0 for 1. He flew out to the center fielder. His first trip to the plate. And Johnson, the left fielder, he is a threat to steal. Count is 0-1. Johnson will get his lead over at first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball for Hansen over at short. He'll throw to second for one. Back to first. It's not in time, and it will be a fielder's choice. But there is now 2 down with a runner on first base for the number 3 hitter, Preston McIlvaney.
Yeah, and just a kind of a routine ground ball to Hansen at shortstop. Not hit real hard, and so made turning the double play just a little tough. Johnson runs well. Kind of a close play at second, but Burgum able to beat the relay out by a couple of steps at first base.
So now here is McIlvaney again. He's really close to that plate. First pitch comes inside and he fouls it off. And it's 0-1. McIlvaney, I mean, he will take a small step back, but he kind of leans over. It looks a little bit like Anthony Rizzo trying to lean over the strike zone. 0-1 pitch is lined to center field. McGuire Rasky will make the catch as the runner was off with the pitch, and that will retire the side here in the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left on base. At the bottom of the third, no score between Pierre and Mandan. You're listening to Post-State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Bottom of the third inning. No score between Pierre and Mandan as it's 8-9-1 here for the Eights. As it'll be Jack Merquan, Matthew Hansen, and Elliott Live 6 straight retired for Bunnell after a leadoff walk, 4-pitch walk. Life didn't have to even swing at a pitch or didn't even see a strike. But then Bunnell settled in and has now retired 6 in a row as we head to the bottom of the third. 2 hits so far for the Eights. That's the only thing on the scoreboard other than a whole bunch of zeros. Here's the first pitch to Jack Merquan. Comes inside for ball 1. Merquan last game, he went 1 for 3. He singled in the bottom of in that top of the fourth, stole a base, and he was the game's only run for the Eights. He'll fly that one out towards right field, going down the line. That one will land fair, and it will be dropped on the line. Merquan will round first. He's on his way to second. He'll stop in with a leadoff double. There's the first hit of the ball game for the Eights. And they are in business here to kick off the bottom of the third for Matt Hansen now.
Yeah, just a ball that got right down the right field line, and the right fielder Schlosser playing Merquan over straightaway, maybe even a little bit shaded towards center field, and had to come a long way for that ball. And Merquan with good speed actually was standing on second base before Schlosser even had the ball halfway into the infield. And so if Merquan would have wanted to roll the dice, he could have maybe tried to get to third on that play.
First pitch is inside to Hansen, a back pick attempt, and back in safely is Merquan. But, with nobody out and leading off the inning, I think the smart decision and the right decision here for Merquan was standing on second base. But, like you said, if he tests it, I think he's got a good shot to get there. Counts now 1-1 here to Hansen. Hansen has been real good. 2 for 3 in the last game. He's driven in quite a few runs. There's a ground ball left side. It'll be fielded. The throw to first from the shortstop is in time to get Matt Hansen. What a play by Burgum, going to his left and throwing off balance towards third base. And he fires out Hansen for the first out here in the bottom of the third inning. Merquan's still at second base.
Yeah, chopper that kind of hit in between the third baseman Bogner and the shortstop Burgum, and Burgum comes in and gloves the ball. By the time he actually throws the ball and his momentum carried him almost all the way to third base. By the time that he was able to stop himself from going forward.
Here is now Elliott Life, the top of the order for Post State. Merquan on at second here, one down in the bottom of the third. First pitch swinging. And a miss by Life. Merquan was indecisive on maybe trying to attack third base on the ground ball, and I think he made the right decision by staying at second. But one where it looked like maybe he had a shot, as the 0-1's outside is now 1-1. And the way that throw came, his momentum was kind of already back going to second base, so he didn't decide to try and test it over and race to third. So the count is now 1-1 here to Elliott Life. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Life swings and misses, and is now 1-2. Life is trying to drive in that first run, help himself out here in the bottom of the third inning. Scoreless game between Pierre and Mandan. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Chiefs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Post State. 1-2 pitch. That's well outside, and it's now 2-2.
Aaron's the center fielder playing the left-handed hitting Life over into right field. He's probably half a dozen steps over into right field from being straightaway center. Schlosser deep and close to the line in right field.
2-2 pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 3, and there is now 2 down here in the bottom of the third, and it will bring up Jaden Wiebe, the second baseman. And Wiebe's going to try and drive in that game's first run. Merquan.
Elliott Life looked at that pitch on that called third strike and
well, there we have a balk called on the pitcher Bunnell, and it will get Merquan over to third base. So now he's just 90 feet away. The home plate umpire is the one that called the balk.
Yeah, before that balk was called, I started to say Elliott Life's reaction to that called third strike was almost like, boy, I want that outside corner if you're going to call that all night.
Now we'll see if Life on the left-handers for Mandan, he'll try and spot that same spot in the top of the fourth and beyond. So the runner is now at third. That's Merquan. First pitch inside to Jaden Wiebe. A base hit will definitely score Merquan and give Post State a lead. A wild pitch could even get Post State on the score column. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Wiebe. That one's at the letters for a strike, and it's now 1-1. Wiebe's looking for his first hit here today. Went 0 for 4. Two fly balls out to right field. Popped up to the catcher and also hit a pop up to the second baseman. He, in his first at-bat, hit a liner to the second baseman. That one is a line driving to center field for a base hit. And the Eights are on the board first. An RBI single here for Wiebe. And the Eights will strike first in the ball game. Break the ice in the bottom of the third.
Line drive right back up the box. Just kind of something we've come to expect out of Jaden Wiebe. Just a base hit, and Merquan able to walk in from third base with the first run of the game. The Eights are up 1-0 here in the bottom of the third.
So here is now McGuire Rasky. First pitch to him is over for a strike. He popped out in foul territory to the third baseman Bogner in his first at bat. Wiebe will lead away from first. 2 down here in the bottom of the third. 0-1 pitch. That one will miss. Low and outside. It's now 1-1.
Eights are doing a nice job grinding at bats right now. Bunnell at 50 pitches now, not even through 3 complete.
That was at the letters. It's now 1-2 here to McGuire Rasky.
Again, with 2 doubleheaders ahead of Mandan on Tuesday and Wednesday, and this their 4th game in 2 days, you got to figure that Mandan's probably looking at.
There's a ground ball left side. The runner was off. Wiebe goes off the glove. The shortstop Burgum into left field for a base hit. Wiebe thought about third, but a wise decision to hold up. Johnson was right there when the ball got into left field. And is now first and second. Thanks to Wiebe going in motion, able to get Burgum going to his left, had to turn back to his right, and couldn't make the diving stop So now it's Andy Gordon a chance to open things up for Post State to take a multiple-run lead.
Yeah, and again, the hit and run on Coach White calls the hit and run worked to perfection on that play.
Here is Andy Gordon. First pitch to him is missed low and outside for ball one.
Gordon up again with runners in scoring position here, this time in the third. Had this opportunity in the first, and the kind of position that you like to see your number one RBI producer in.
1-0 pitch is in the turf. Wiebe takes off. He'll slide in safely at third base. And so the count is now 2-0. And it's going to be first and third. Rasky wasn't sure if he was going to take off, and by the time that he saw that it was going to be Wiebe taking off for third, did not take second base. So it's first and third. We'll see if maybe Rasky will go in motion here with a 2-0 count and 2 down here in the bottom of the third inning. Fly ball down the right field line. Will it stay fair? It'll hook just foul. It's now 2-1. That might have scored Rasky from first base if that one lands fair.
Just prior to that pitch, quick consultation between Burgum at short and Keller at second. They went over and met briefly at second base, probably talking about who's gonna take the throw in case Rasky does try to steal at some point in this at bat.
2-1 pitch is upstairs. It gets off the catcher's glove. Wiebe will slide head first into home and will score to make it a 2-0 ball game. Rasky had a wide turn at second base. I don't know if anybody was really paying attention to Rasky at second. Bogner was on third base, but Rasky will stay at second, and there is now another runner in scoring position and a 2-0 lead and a 3-1 count here to Andy Gordon.
Base hit with Rasky's speed likely scores him as well.
Bunnell will step off the rubber here with a 3-1 count, making sure Rasky doesn't get too big of a lead. But a good hitter's count here for Andy Gordon. Trying to extend this lead again here for Post State. 3-1 pitch. Gordon will get off the hands over the first baseman, and McIlvaney, he'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Here in the bottom of the third, but not before 2-run score in the inning on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the fourth. We've got our first runs, and it's in favor of Post State. Good guys lead at 2-0 over Mandan. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When something just isn't right, it's natural to talk about it. If you had a toothache, you'd tell someone. If you found out you had diabetes, you'd learn to take care of it. But when you're feeling stressed, sad, or worried, you're less likely to tell someone.
Why do we treat physical and mental health so differently?
There is no difference. We all need someone to talk to, and there's nothing shameful about wanting to be healthy for you. When you just need someone to talk to, contact Rising Hope Counseling at 494-1500 or risinghope605.com. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Rising Hope Counseling, because if you have hope,
You have everything.
Hey, it's Julia from Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, letting you know that our recreational special is back again, with terms up to 10 years, no payments for 90 days, and rates as low as 2.4% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let Jameson or I get you started.
People helping people. Hawaii Federal Credit Union.
Top of the fourth, it is a 2-0 lead for Post State over the Mandan Chiefs. 4, 5, and 6 for the Chiefs. Blake Ahrens, Avery Bogner, and McCoy Keller. As the Eights got a RBI single from Jane Wiebe. Wiebe scored on a wild pitch. Might even be a pass ball, scored a pass ball. The first pitch to Ahrens is missed for ball one, so Elliott Life will pitch with the lead. First time that the Eights have led against this Mandan team here in this tournament. 1-0 pitch. That one is inside. It's now 2-0. They did not trail in the first 2 games on Friday and never had the lead against Mandan earlier today. 2-0 pitch. There's a ground ball backhanded by Hansen over at short. Long throw to first is a high one, pulling Dean off the bag. And Ahrens is safe at first base, so it'll be the first air of the ball game for the Eights, and it'll go against Matt Hansen.
Yeah, and a hard hit ball off the bat of Ahrens takes Hansen a little bit to his right, has the backhand of the ball, and got off a good strong throw. Just unfortunately sailed on him just a little bit, and so Mandan has the leadoff runner on again here in the top of the fourth.
Here's Avery Bogner. He is 1 for 1 with a base hit. First pitch is missed inside and low, and it's now 1-0. He singled to lead off the top of the second, ended up getting to second base. But was left stranded there in the second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Upstairs, and it's now 2-0. So the leadoff man has been on base the last 3 innings and 3 of the 4 in total for the Chiefs. But the 8s are the only ones on the scoreboard right now, leading 2-0. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That one is fouled off of Bogner, and it's now 2-1. He threw well against Post State earlier today. He, along with Darius, were the guys to Darius. Those two guys combined for that 6-1 win. Here's a 2-1 pitch. After a long pause from life, that sign is now 3-1. Here to Avery Bogner.
Upcoming schedule for the 8s, like we have talked about, they go to Brandon on Tuesday for a big doubleheader with the number 2 seeded Brandon Valley Post 131.
Runner takes off, 3-1 pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to second, the tag applied, and just barely beating it at second base is Blake Aaron, so he is safe at second and in scoring position. Good throw from Hinkle, good tag applied by Wiebe, but just better speed from Blake Aaron to get to second base. And the leadoff man is now in scoring position here with a full count pitch upcoming to Avery Bogner. That one's flown out to right field. That one's going to drop in for a base hit, and it will score that first run. The throw coming in, and it'll be a RBI single for Avery Bogner, and it's now a 2-1 ball game here at the top of the 4th inning.
Just kind of a flare down the right field line, kind of similar to the ball that Jack Merkwan hit, only Merkwan playing a little closer to the line than Schlosser was for Mandan on Merkwan's hit, and Merkwan able to get over and hold Bogner to just a single.
So now here's McCoy Keller, the second baseman. First pitch to him is skied out to left field. Going back is Lettler. He'll get in front of the track and make the catch. And there's now one down. As retreating back to first base is Bogner. And it'll bring up Ryan Schlosser, who was a flyout victim in his first at-bat. So it's an unearned run against Elliott Life. First error of the ball game from Post State comes around to score. But an RBI is still credited to Bogner, who stands at first base with one down. Here's the first pitch. A curveball that bounces in. Good pitch there from Life. Good take. It would have been a really good 2-strike pitch against Schlosser. But it is 1-0 here to the right fielder, who is 0 for 1. Flew out to Moraski in center field. 1-0 pitch is at the letters, and now 1-1.
After Tuesday, when the 8s go to Brandon, they hit the road again on Friday to go to Mitchell for a pair. On Monday, July 5th, the 8s are scheduled to have a home doubleheader against Harrisburg. That game is in a little bit of flux right now based on the fact that Harrisburg does have a weekend tournament over the 4th of July, so they may or may not still be playing on the 5th. We'll have to see if that doubleheader actually comes to fruition.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. Runner takes off, swing and a miss. The throw to second is in time. A strike him out, throw him out. And that will end the inning. Strikeout, swinging strikeout of Schlosser. And Hinkle fires a strike to Wiebe at second. And the tag applied and a strikeout, throw him out to end the top of the 4th. But one run does score on 1 hit, 1 error, and no one left on base here at the top of the 4th. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Post State has a 2-1 lead over Mandan. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Pierre Sports Center is your local Ranger Boat and Mercury Outboard dealer. They're a must-see for your Ranger boat needs. See their selection of Mercury outboard motors for more power. Pierre Sports Center can help you with financing and other boating needs. Need service for your boat or trailer to keep you going? Pierre Sports Center is your one-stop shop. Pierre Sports Center, Ranger Boats, and Mercury Outboard. A combination that can't be beat. Pierre Sports Center, 1440 North Garfield Avenue in Pierre. Or give them a call, 224-5546. When you want the best prices and best selection, go to Wegner Auto in Pierre. The certified sales staff at Wegner Auto will provide you service after the sale and how to get easy financing. Check out their website, WegnerAuto.com, or stop in. They have the best prices and won't be undersold. Wegner Auto has the region's largest selection with over 280 new and quality pre-owned vehicles. GM certified pre-owned vehicles give you peace of mind with their 12-month or 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Log on to WegnerAuto.com or stop by Wegner Auto in Pierre, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer since 1907.
Post State leads it 2-1 here as we welcome you back at the bottom of the fourth inning, as it will be Cade Hinkle, Bennett Dean, and Spencer Lettler. 5, 6, and 7 here in the bottom of the fourth, trying to extend their lead. It was a 2-run at bottom of the third, but Mandan cut that lead in half with an RBI single from Avery Bogner, as 5, 6, and 7 will lead off for the second time in this ball game. Here's the first pitch to Cade Hinkle. That one will bounce in for ball one.
We'll finish out the rest of the schedule upcoming for Post 8 after that Harrisburg doubleheader, which is scheduled for July 5th. They go to Sioux Falls, play Sioux Falls West on July 7th on that Wednesday. Then on July 9th, they head to Mankato to be part of the Gopher Classic. They'll play 5 games over 3 days there. If they get out of their pool, then they play Monday, possibly into Tuesday, and then they finish out the regular season at Aberdeen on July 14th.
Hinkle will sky this one down the right field line. It is hooking and will get foul. Had the distance, but is foul. He almost had his second home run in as many days here at the Minot tournament, but it is 1-2. He straightened that one out, and the Eights have a 3-1 lead. Well, it looked like it would have had no distance, but look, the right fielder got to it. Maybe it bounced a couple of times and made its way back in the field of play. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Hinkle. That's outside, and it's now 2-2.
Yeah, either that or it might have landed down by the Minot batting cage, and some of the Vistas are taking batting practice ahead of their 7:30 game tonight. They might have just thrown it back in as well.
Here's a 2-2 pitch outside, and it's now a full count here to Hinkle to lead off the bottom of the fourth. On deck is Bennett Dean. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Bunnell to Hinkle. Line shot, and it will not be caught. The throw to first is in time, though. And the leadoff man is retired. It was called a trap on Burgum, but he still threw it to first anyway to retire Hinkle to lead off the bottom of the fourth and now bring up Bennett Dean.
Yates continue to hit the ball hard. Unfortunately, they've found their way into a couple of the Mandan gloves so far, and so you just kind of waiting for the Eights to keep rolling, and those hits are going to fall at some point today.
First pitch to Dean is over for strike one. He is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the first baseman in his first at bat. Here's the 0-1 pitch to the Post 8 first baseman. That's outside, and it's now 1-1. It's a good play from McIlvaney. Throwing it to Bunnell, covering his spot over at first. 1-1 pitch is outside, and it's now 2-1. 2-1 is their score here. 3 hits apiece for both the Chiefs and Post State, but the Eights have that 2-1 advantage. 1-1 pitch. Dean skies it out to right field. Still going back to right fielder. He'll turn. It hits the bottom of the wall. Dean will round first. He's on his way to second. A stand-up double for Dean. Missing it by that much of another home run for Dean here this weekend. But he has got a one-out double.
Yeah, and he's done a nice job just sitting on fastballs when he gets ahead in the count, and he got one there that just able to elevate, hit it right to the base of the Minot International Airport sign, and pretty much straight away right field, and ends up with a stand-up double with one out, and the Eights have a threat going here in the bottom of the fourth.
Here's the first pitch to Spencer Lettler. He'll foul that one out of play on the left side. Lettler struck out looking in his first at-bats back in the bottom of the second. That was part of 6 straight retired from Bunnell after a leadoff walk. As Lettler has a runner in scoring position, though, with one down here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lettler will sky this one out to center field. It'll be Aarons over there patrolling. He'll make the catch. He'll fire to third. It was offline, but Dean had no chance to advance on it, and so there's now 2 down. And it will bring up Jack Merquan trying to drive in Bennett Dean. He doubled in his first at-bat. He gets another double here. It'll be a 3-1 lead for Post State. He came around to score on the RBI single from Wiebe. That was last inning in the bottom of the third. So a chance here for Merquan with a runner in scoring position. Here's the first pitch from Bunnell to Merquan after a long pause. Merquan called time, did not get granted, so it will be a pitch that is upstairs and it will be a ball. And that's one of those rare times that the batter actually gets a break. Most of the time you see that strike being thrown by the pitcher.
Yeah, that ball was definitely up and out of the zone, and the umpire had no choice but to call that a ball.
Here's a 1-0 pitch. Comes inside, and it's now 2-0 here to Merquan.
I think if that first pitch would have been anywhere close, I think the umpire would have been forced almost to call it a strike regardless of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Merquan, he backed away, but he never got time granted to him. So he was not going to be swinging at the pitch. 2-0 pitch is floated to center field. That one's going to drop in. Aaron's is going to come up throwing. Dean's going to try and score. It's been cut off. The throw, the plate is not in time. Merquan will take second base on the throw. It's an RBI, 2-out RBI single for Jack Merquan. He'll take second on the throw, and it's a 3-1 lead here for Post States.
Yeah, and Dean never broke stride coming around third, and just kind of a flare into center field. Aarons comes up throwing right away, and Dean slides into home with the third run of the game, and good piece of 2-out hitting by Jack Merquan as the throw comes all the way after the cutoff by the first baseman McIlvaney. Merquan ends up on second base.
First pitch from Matt Hansen's upstairs for ball one. Merquan's now 2 for 2. With that double and single and an RBI, they get that run back here in the bottom of the fourth to make it a 2-run lead again for the Eights here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-0 pitch to Hansen. The curveball that catches the zone. The throw to second, and Merquan slides back in safely again. Kleinknecht, the catcher, is not afraid to throw it down to second. He's done it twice now against Merquan.
We saw that this morning, too. Hudel not afraid to back pick either to first or to second, so they're a pretty aggressive team in terms of looking for opportunities to catch runners off base, regardless of who's catching.
1-1 pitch is fouled down the right field line, and it's now 1-2. Hansen grounded out in his first at bat. A good play from the shortstop Burgum. Count is 1-2. From the stretch, here's a 1-2 pitch. Comes inside over the top of Hansen. Was able to duck in, drop the bat down. So the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth.
Deuce is wild.
Well, there's only 1 runner on.
Well, he's on second base.
Well, I guess that's true. But you can have 2 runners on base for Deuce as wild. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That will come in and hit Hansen on the hand. And they asked if he went, and he did not go, so Hansen will take first after being hit by the pitch, and it'll be first and second here with 2 away.
Yeah, and as that ball came in, Matt Hansen didn't have a chance to either back away or duck back. He actually turned into the pitch, and luckily he broke his wrist and put the bat on his shoulder because that ball actually hit him as the right-hander turned. He turned into the pitch. The ball actually hit him up around the right collarbone. And so the immediate call, and it was the right call from the home plate umpire, was to come out and ask the first base umpire whether he swung or not, because if you swing and you get hit by the ball, it's a strike. You don't get to go to first base. And so good reaction from the umpire, and unfortunately Matt Hansen's going to feel that pitch for a couple of days, but the Eights get a break on that play.
So now here's the pitcher, Elliott Life, that can help himself out here with 2 away. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Life is 0 for 1 so far. He struck out looking back in the bottom of the third inning when Post State scored those 2 runs. He can help himself out and score another 2 runs in this fourth inning with a base hit. Merquan stands at second. Hansen over at first. Count is 1-0. And Coach White, boy, that was close to being a balk. We'll have the mound visit coming out here from the Mandan Chiefs. But Bunnell he was motioning, his glove moved like he was about to come set and then stepped off after he stopped himself, and Coach White was over there kind of pointing to the first base umpire and also pointing to the home plate umpire, saying, anybody else see that but me? And he can point up here, and I wouldn't give him a thumbs up that I saw it. Although my seeing that doesn't count for me. Doesn't count at all.
Yeah, we could give you an umpire's mask and say that you're certified.
Might as well.
I trust you.
Yeah.
I agree with everything you say.
Well, I wouldn't go there quite yet. After the mound visit, still a 1-0 count here with 2 down in the bottom of the 4th. Merkwan on at second, Hansen over at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Life. That one will miss low, and it's now 2-0. Again, a base hit really almost anywhere at the speed of Merkwan. And the good secondary lead he's getting out at second would score him. Here's a 2-0 pitch from Bennell. That one is over for a strike, and they'll throw it back to second. And Merkwan will slide in safely. He gets to center field. Merkwan couldn't take off. He didn't see it soon enough. So he stays at second. And barely avoiding an error is Mandan.
And with Aarons, again, plays Life well over into right field. Johnson, the left fielder, pretty much playing straight away. So if Life's able to get something into left center, everybody's going to run a long ways today.
So now here is the 2-1 pitch to Elliott Life. That's well outside, and it's now 3-1. The shortstop, Burgum, he is technically kind of holding on Merkwan, but that's where he's playing anyway with the left-hander Life, is right behind second base. So if you get a hard ground ball that will get through, and that could roll for a while because this turf will let that one right out there. 3-1 pitch is over for a strike, and it's now 3-2. And both runners will get a head start here. Runners at first and second, 3-2 pitch upcoming with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Burgum will move over a little bit farther to his right. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Life will swing and miss at ball 4 and will strike out to end the inning here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Another run does come in to score on 2 hits in the inning. No errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the 5th. The Eights have a 3-1 lead. You're listening to Post-8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Evermore Boutique, where fashion doesn't have to break the bank. See them for men's, women's, and children's clothing, shoes, accessories, and so much more. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from noon to 7, Saturdays from 11 to 6, and Sundays from noon to 5. Visit Evermore Boutique, located at 104 South Pierre Street in Pierre, or give them a call today, 605-494-0194. That's Evermore Boutique in Pierre.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
Top of the 5th inning, it is a 3-1 lead for Pierre over Mandan. John Winkler alongside Greg Dean as the Eights will be looking to get another big shutdown inning upcoming here after they scored just that 1 run in the bottom of the 4th, but have reclaimed a 2-run lead. It is 8-9-1. Ben Kleinknecht, Anthony Johnson, and Isaac Huddle will be the first 3 hitters for this Chiefs team here in the top of the 5th inning. Again, the winner of this game will play at noon tomorrow in the championship against the winner of Mandan and Watertown. This is the 1-versus-4 matchup post-8. Even though they lost to Mandan earlier today, they are the number 1 seed out of the round robin, beating both Watertown and Minot. Watertown, Minnesota, that is. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Kleinknecht, and that's upstairs, and it's now 1-1. Minot went 2-1 along with post-8. They had the tiebreaker to be the number 1 spots. Minot won 18-2 over Watertown in that first game, and they will play at 7:30 or potentially even later, depending on when this game will finish, as it counts now 2-1. And the winner of that game will beat the winner of this one tomorrow at noon in the championship. 2-1 pitch upstairs is now 3-1.
Life's pitch count been very efficient so far. He's under 60 pitches through 4 complete.
3-1 pitch. That is just a bit upstairs, so it'll be a leadoff walk issued to Kleinknecht. And the leadoff man is aboard for the 4th straight inning. And it'll bring up Anthony Johnson. We'll have a courtesy runner upcoming here for Mandan Chiefs. Anthony Johnson, he has drawn a walk in his only plate appearance. Was retired on a fielder's choice. Johnson, another guy with those bright yellow batting gloves. He and I believe it was Bunnell that's got those bright yellow gloves. He swing and a miss by Johnson in his first swing here. First pitch to him in this at-bat.
Yeah, that was a big hack. He was looking to maybe try to knot this game up on one swing.
A one pitch, a curveball that will hit Johnson, and it's now first and second here with nobody out. And it will bring up Isaac Huddle. And a spot here for Mandan. They're looking to try and scratch at least another run off to stay within one. And they're in a good spot here if they want to try and tie this ball game up. Isaac Huddle, the top of the order. He's 0 for 2 so far. First pitch to him is outside for ball one. Huddle in game one went 0 for 2, 0 for 3. Did reach base twice with a walk and reach on air. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's upstairs and outside, and it's now 2-0, and Nathan Nas will make his way out to talk with Elliott Life. I believe it's Jaden Wiebe that'll be the first one coming out of the bullpen, but also the scenario will be whether it's going to be Wiebe to come in to pitch or if maybe Bennett Dean would be the guy to come throw. Maybe Aaron Booth is going to get warmed up, potentially. Looks like maybe he is going to make his way out there. So those three pitchers are probably, one of those three will be the ones that you see.
And it might be a situation where Booth is getting warm if Wiebe comes in, because Booth would likely come in to play second base then.
So right now, look, Gary Nedved just taking out a fielder's glove with him, no mask. 2-0 pitch is upstairs. It's now 3-0 as Life is struggling to find the zone. Got to battle his way back here. Cannot walk the bases loaded here in the number one man in the order. From the stretch, here's the 3-0 pitch. It will come inside, and it will be a walk. So a walk hit by a pitch, and then a 4-pitch walk has loaded the bases here with nobody out in the top of the fifth inning. And it'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Lucas Burgum. He is 0 for 2 so far. A ground ball somewhere on the infield. Actually, a ground ball right back to Life would be big right now. Start a 1-2-3 double play. Here's the first pitch. Here's a curveball that's over for a strike. Throw 4 straight that have missed. Probably all were fastballs. Throw a curveball, get it over for a strike. Get that feel back of throwing across the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's chopped foul, and it's quickly 0-2 here to Burgum.
Dean playing in front of the runner at first base. Gordon back even with the bag at third. Middle infield back playing for the double play ball. They'd go through second base if there's a ground ball, and they can turn the double play there.
Here is now the 0-2 pitch from Life to Burgum. A curveball that will get in, and it will get away, and it will be a dead ball, so everybody will advance one base, so it'll be second and third. It's a 3-2 ball game now, and there takes the double play chance away. And Mandan has got the go-ahead run now in scoring position here with nobody out.
Yeah, just a curveball at 0-2 that hit the dirt and bounded away from Cade Hinkle, and so Mandan brings this game back to just a one-run game at 3-2 here in the top of the fifth.
1-2 pitch. There's a ground ball over to Gordon. He'll keep the runner at third. The throw to first is offline, and the bases will now be loaded. Another error is going to be charged to the Eights. Their second error of the ball game, and the bases again are loaded here with nobody out.
Yeah, two bouncer over to Gordon at third, and he did the right thing. He looked back the runner Johnson at third base and then set up to throw, and unfortunately the throw just up the line a little bit, pulled Dean off the bag, and Mandan has the bases loaded again with nobody out.
First pitch to McElvaney almost comes in and hits him, which would have tied the game as the first pitch is upstairs for ball one. Here in the top of the fifth inning, a 3-2 lead for the Eights, but the bases loaded with nobody out. 1-0 pitch. That one comes inside, just a little high, and it's now 2-0. But everything that's inside to McElvaney still could go across the plate. He's leaning over the strike zone right now. 2-0 pitch is bouncing in, and it's now a 3-0 count. And LA Life's going to come all the way back here. a walk will tie the ball game up. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Elliott Life to Preston McIlvaney. That one will miss, a 4-pitch walk, and that will end the day for Elliott Life as the ball game is tied here at 3-3. It'll be an RBI walk for McIlvaney. And it will bring to the mound. We'll see who is going to bring to the mound. We will step aside for a minute, come back, and we'll tell you the changes. You're listening to Post-State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
Jaden Wiebe will come in and pitch with a big task in front of him. Bases loaded and nobody out here in the top of the fifth inning. And now what is a tie ball game as he's going to be asked to try and limit the damage. It would be nice to finish out this inning without another run passing, but that will be all that we will have as the only man that will be coming in is going to be Aaron Booth at second base. Spencer Lettler will stay out and left. Elliott Life's day will be done. So Aaron Booth will move into the leadoff spots in the order.
We'll give you the unfinished line for Elliott Life. 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 3 runs, 1 earned, 4 walks, 1 strikeouts. But Life is responsible for all 3 base runners on the pads right now for Mandan. So when this inning is complete, we'll go back and give you his final line. But for Jaden Wiebe, big spot right here, especially with the cleanup hitter Blake Ahrens coming to the plate. This is probably biggest at bat of the game to date so far for either team.
With the 3-3 tie here in the top of the fifth inning, Blake Ahrens will step to the plate. Infield is drawn in, but the middle will go back. Wiebe work from the windup. Here's the first pitch to Ahrens. He'll pop it up and it'll get out of play behind home plate. And it is 0-1. As it bounces off the top of the grandstand here at Corbett Field.
And the infield fly rule would be nice right now.
Middle is back, trying to. They will trade 2 outs for a run. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's flown out of play and is now 0-2. Strikeout would be even bigger. Get that first out of this inning. Avery Bogner is on deck, followed by McCoy Keller. Ahrens is 0 for 2. He grounded out to Wiebe, which was at second base, and then he also reached on an error. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Line shot, that's down for a base hit. 2 runs are going to come in to score all the way in the corner. Might score everybody. Rolls up the wall. Stopping at third will be the runner from first base in McIlvaney, and it's a 2-run double. And Mandan has taken their first lead of the ball game here with nobody out in the top of the fifth.
And the bugaboo for the Eights so far this year when they've had trouble has been the fact that they've gotten in trouble when they've walked people, and that's how this inning got set up with 2 walks and a hit batter, and Mandan has taken advantage.
Yeah, it's the third and fourth runs that come into this inning. It came into score in this inning, and that's the first hit that Mandan has had in this inning. First pitch is over for strike 1 to the number 5 hitter Avery Bogner, who is 2 for 2 with an RBI single back in the top of the 4th inning. That gave the Chiefs that first run. They now lead at 5-3. 0-1 pitch is missed just a bit upstairs and is now 1-1. Infield is drawn in, not in all the way around. A little bit of that with the turf. It get on you pretty quickly. 1-1 pitch is just upstairs and is now 2-1 here to Bogner.
Just 4 hits on the day for Mandan so far through 4+ innings. So Eights are doing a nice job in terms of shutting down the bats, but when Mandan has gotten base runners, they have brought them around to score.
Yeah, they had just 3 guys left on base so far through these 4 innings. Here's a 2-2 pitch now to Bogner. There's a ground ball that's going to be foul. And we'll do it again here at 2-2. Had a single, and a walk, and also reaching on a fielder's choice in the first 3 innings to strand the first 3 runners. But now here's a 2-2 pitch again. Ground ball, that will be foul. And we will do it again here at 2-2.
Yeah, 4 walks on the day for the post-8 pitching staff, and then those 2 errors. Those 2 errors have proved costly so far as well.
Here's now the 2-2 pitch again to Bogner. Outside, just a bit outside, and the count is now at 3-2. Second and third here with nobody out in the top of the 5th. And a 5-3 lead for the Chiefs. They've scored 4 so far before the first down has been made. 3-2 pitch. Chopper, that is foul. Just past third. So another pitch upcoming.
Bogner being real aggressive up at the plate, expanding the strike zone. Really battling against Jaden Wiebe right now. Base hit likely plates another 2 for Mandan.
3-2 pitch. The ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Another run will come in to score. Another 2 runs will come in to score. Rasky will spike it, trying to throw it to second base. Staying at first is going to be Bogner, and it's now a 7-3 lead here for Mandan in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, and against a semi-drawn-in infield, Matt Hansen just wasn't able to get an angle on that ball and out into center field, and Mandan gets a 2-run single here. Have plated 6 so far in the 5th with nobody out yet now, and a runner still on first base.
First pitch is upstairs to McCoy Keller, who is 0 for 2. Flew out to the right fielder and also the left fielder. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. 1-0 pitch is in the turf, and a good block there by Hinkle, and it's now 2-0. So the Eights will have some work cut out for him going into the bottom half of this inning, having 9 outs left to go in the ball game, and they still got to get another 9 outs. They have not recorded an out yet in this top of the 5th. All 6 runners, 5 runners that walked, hit by a pitcher, or each on air, have come in to score in this inning. 2 hits so far in this inning. 6 runs have scored. A pickoff attempt and back in safely is Bogner. Count is 2-0 here to McCoy Keller.
And just goes to show how quickly the tables can turn in baseball. I mean, the Eights were cruising along. LA Life was pitching a good game through 4 complete, and then the walk, the hit batter, the walk, and all of a sudden you just are in one of those situations where you can't buy an out.
4-pitch walk has been issued to McCoy Keller, so it's now first and second, and here is Reagan Schlosser, who has been is going to be the 9th man to come to the plate. There's a floater. All 9 men will reach base before the first out's committed. Rounding third, coming in to score. The throw is going to be bouncing into Dean. Couldn't handle it cleanly, so taking second on the throw is Schlosser, and it's now an 8-3 lead. And we go back around as they have gone through the order here with nobody out still in the top of the 5th inning. Runners at second and third. An RBI single for Schlosser. He's standing on at second base as well. Boy, oh boy, this has been an inning that has gotten away from the Eights in a hurry. 7 runs have scored. 9 men, this is the 10th man to come to the plate. Nobody out here at the top of the 5th. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a ground ball that's going to be foul. And it's now 0-2.
And the Eights aren't out of this by any stretch. I mean, we've seen them put up big innings before, but again, just 3 at-bats to do it, and they still have to get out of this inning with nobody out and 2 runners in scoring position for Mandan, and the Mandan continues to threaten.
0-2 pitch is fouled away and out of play, and it will remain at 0-2. Here for Bennett Kleinknecht. 0-2 pitch, there's a swing and a miss, and there's the first out of the inning.
Cade Hinkle been out there so long. He was ready to walk off the field. He was getting ready to just flip that ball out to the pitcher's mound, thinking it was the third out that this inning had lasted so long.
Yeah, that's just the first out here. Here's Anthony Johnson, the number 9 hitter in the order. First pitch is over for strike one. Need to get out of this inning as quick as possible here for the Yates. Down by 5 now, 8-3, a 7-run inning for Mandan. And still 2 runners in scoring position. Now a 2-0 count here to Johnson. Huddle is on deck. The top of the order for Mandan. 1-1 pitch. Excuse me, 2-0 pitch. It was a 1-1 pitch. It's now 2-1. Here's the next pitch from Wiebe. Foul tip in the mitt. And the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Anthony Johnson. He was hit by a pitch. Came around to score earlier this inning. Here's now the 2-2. Ground ball right back to Wiebe off of his glove. Another run comes in to score. It's going to be a base hit. And it's now a 9-3 ball game.
And just an inning where the Yates can't catch a break. A ball that just one hopper right back to Wiebe and just goes off the top of his glove and just dies on the carpet. And another run comes in to score for Mandan, and they take the lead up to 9-3 now as they put 8 on the board here in the top of the 5th.
When things are going good for Post State, Wiebe's got that one, and they probably have someone else picked off other than just throwing the ball to first base, as taking second without a throw on the first pitch ball to Isaac Huddle. So it's now second and third here with 1 down. If things are going good, that's an easy play that's made. When things aren't going so well, there's another base hit up the middle for Huddle. Another 2 runs will come in to score a 10-run 5th inning for Mandan on a 2 RBI base hit for Isaac Huddle. And it's now an 11-3 lead for the Chiefs.
And again, a game where the Yates had been rolling along, seemed to be into control coming into this 5th inning. Now, 10 out of 11 Mandan batters have reached base and come around to score.
So to be up now, Lucas Burgum with 1 down and 1 on. He is 0 for 3 so far. He flew out of the center fielder's choice and also reached on air. Here's the 0-1 pitch, first pitch to Burgum. He'll foul. It is now 0-1, just predicting the future. That was going to be 0-1. But he is now the 13th man to come to the plate in this top of the 5th. A 10-run 5th inning for the Chiefs. The 0-1 pitch is at the knees and is now 0-2. Boy, all of a sudden we get to the point where Post State's got to put it in this inning. Otherwise, they might be down by 10 and going in the bottom of the 5th after having the lead by 2. 0-2 pitch. That one will miss low, and it's now 1-2. Not a bad spot there from Wiebe.
We'll finish the day with Elliott Life now that his line is closed. 4 innings, 3 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 4 walks, 1 strikeout, 76 pitches, 38 of them for strikes to the 21 batters that Elliott Life faced today.
Count is now 2-2 as another good block there from Cade Hinkle. That one was in the left-handed batter's box and bounced in. 2-2 pitch. That one, boy, just misses. Maybe a little high, maybe a little inside. The count's now full 3-2. That's a good pitch there from Wiebe, just missing the zone. So now here's the 3-2 pitch. Runner takes off and fouled back. So we'll do it again here at 3-2. A 10-run inning for Mandan. They lead by 8, 11-3 here in the top of the 5th. The first 9 guys all came to the plate, all got on base, all came around to score. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That one will miss, and another walk has been issued, and it's now first and second here with 1 down. And it will bring up Preston McIlvaney. And it will bring up Nathan Nas out to the mound to talk with Jaden Wiebe. As McIlvaney, he is 1 for 2 so far. He had an RBI walk here in this inning. But it's just been tough here for Post State.
Yeah, and sometimes sometimes baseball's good to you and sometimes it's not, and this has just been one of those innings where the Eights are just really struggling. It just doesn't matter what they do. Everything that Mandan hits is finding a home right now.
Umpires are having a discussion here.
Not quite sure what this is about. Home plate umpire and the first base umpire are consulting over something, and I'm not quite sure. I mean, the home plate umpire has his notebook out. There's no substitutions. I'm not quite sure what this.
Well, I know that he when they had the mound visit with LA Life and then took him out. I don't know how many mound visits you can get in an inning. I think you have to. I mean, obviously, in the same pitcher, you have to take him back out if you come out in the second time. But I believe if you go, I think the rest of the inning, if you have any more mound visits, you have to take out every pitcher you have. There's a ground ball to second baseman Booth. They'll turn the throw to first, second for one, back to first. Couldn't get the double play. Will be a fielder's choice, but there is now 2 down. Good play from Booth. I didn't think that he had a chance at second base. But there is now 2 away with runners at the corners.
Yeah, when Booth wheeled and made the throw to second, I kind of thought, ooh, I cringed quickly, but then they were able to get the runner at second and then almost turn the double play.
Now that one's popped up. Andy Gordon makes the catch over on the left side, and that will finally put an end to this big inning from the Mandan Chiefs. 10-run score for Mandan here in the top of the 5th inning. They will take a 11-3 lead as we head to the bottom of the 5th. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, 11-3 lead, and it is also could be the last inning. A 8-run after is 15 after 3, or 15 after 4, and 8 after 5. So this ball game is now in desperation mode for Post State. They've got to score at least a run to keep this ball game alive. With Jaden Wiebe leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Jaden Wiebe, McGuire Rasky, and Andy Gordon. This tournament for Post State started out with so much promise. Starting out 2-0, winning the round-robin portion before they even got to the day on Saturday here today. And then they had a 3-1 lead going in the top of the 5th and now trailed 11-3. The 1-1 pitch is over. The 1-0 pitch is over, and it's now 1-1. Wiebe is 1 for 2 and an RBI single back in the bottom of the 3rd. Wiebe will turn on that one, drive it down the line, and that one is a fair ball. Wiebe will round first. He's on his way to second. A leadoff double here for Post State. They're in business to try and keep this one moving. As Wiebe is 2 for 4 now in the ball game. 2 for 3 in the ball game.
Yeah, and kind of reminiscent of the double that Jack Merkwan hit. Just a ball. This time Wiebe able to pull the ball down the left field line, but just kind of a floater down the left field line, and Wiebe able to go into second standing up.
First pitch is over for strike 1 to McGuire Rasky. Rasky is 1 for 2. Singled in the singled in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Bunnell to Rasky. He'll line that one to center field. Coming in will be the center fielder to make the catch in errance. And there's one down. Post State down to their final 2 outs. Well, this tournament, that's how quickly things can turn on you here. in the game of baseball. A 2-0 start to the tournament. You're the top seed, but Mandan, how quickly things can turn in your fortune, too. They start out 0-2. They're 2 outs away from sweeping Post State here today and advance to the championship tomorrow. First pitch to Andy Gordon will miss inside for ball 1.
And again, Mandan came into the weekend under 500, and if they get out of here with a win today, they'll be back to 500 on the year.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to Andy Gordon. Ground ball left side. That's through for a base hit. Grounding third. They were going to hold up Wiebe at third base. It is a single for Andy Gordon. First and third here with 1 down. It'll bring up Cade Hinkle. Then be followed by Bennett Dean, trying to drive in at least that run to keep this ball game alive for the Eights.
Yeah, just a hard ground ball off the bat of Andy Gordon, and he continues to stay hot. And the Eights have runners at the corners. The just odd thing is you look out on the scoreboard, the Eights have just one less hit than Mandan, but trail by 8.
First pitch to Cade Hinkle is outside for ball 1. If you're Gordon over at first base, any ground ball, you got to go hard to try and break up the double play. Because a double play could end this game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will miss inside to Hinkle, and it's now 2-0. Hinkle's 0 for 2, struck out swinging, also was a ground out victim to the left side of the shortstop. You are listening to KCCR Pierre, a Riverfront broadcasting station. You're at 7 o'clock on this Saturday evening. 2-0 pitch. Hinkle will pop it up foul. It will get out of play. And it's now 2-1. Winner of this game will take on the winner of Minot and Watertown, Minnesota. That game coming up here after this one. The championship is at noon tomorrow. If Post State is able to make a comeback and win that game, we will have it for you here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Otherwise, our next broadcast will be Tuesday in Brandon. Swing and a miss by Hinkle, and it's now 2-2.
And what the Post State hitters have to realize here is the fact that you can't get all 8 runs back in one at bat. You just gotta start putting together and stringing together good at bats, just exactly what Mandan did in the top of the 5th.
Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one will bounce in. Good take there from Hinkle, and the count is full now at 3-2 here with 1 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. Gordon doesn't steal very much. See if maybe he goes in motion or not with a full count and 1 down. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Not running. Hinkle pops it up on the infield. Shortstop Burgum a couple steps into the outfield turf, and there's now 2 down. And it is up to Bennett Dean to score Wiebe. Here in the bottom of the 5th, he is 1 for 2 with a double. If he does not drive him in, he can still get on base and keep the ball game alive. Between Dean and Lettler, one of these 2 guys has to bring in Jaden Wiebe at third base to extend this ball game. Here's the first pitch to Dean. He'll pop it up left side. That will get out of play. And it's 0-1.
Activity in the Mandan bullpen as Bunnell works that was his 97th pitch of the game, so getting close to the 105 pitch limit on the day. We'll see what happens here depending upon the Dean at bat.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Dean, swing and a miss, and it's now 0-2, and the Eights are a strike away from falling here in this ball game. Runners at first and third here, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That is outside, and it's now 1-2.
Tough take from Dean. Just a ball that in that outside corner has been open on the home plate for the home plate umpire just about all day, but just off the outside corner, and count goes to 1-2.
Here's now the 1-2 pitch. Dean will chop it foul right at the plate, and is now still a 1-2 count. Spencer Lettler's got himself near a bucket of balls over there to return the home plate umpire. He's got 4 sitting on the on-deck circle. Count is 1-2. Bunnell delivers 1-2 pitch. High and outside, and the count is now 2-2. This could be Bunnell's last hitter just by the amount of pitches that he has had to throw to Bennett Dean in just this at-bat. Gordon leads away from first. Wiebe's at third. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one will miss low, and the count is now full at 3-2. Gordon will get a head start with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. Playing Dean to pull. The right fielder Schlosser is playing him deep out in right field. Center fielder Aaron's near playing the right center field gap. 3-2 pitch. Dean ground ball right side. It'll be fielded by the second baseman. The throw to first is going to get away, and one run will come in to score. Over to third base will be Gordon. This game will continue. Dean and rolling over the top of McIlvaney at first base. He is coming up a little limp, and we'll try and walk it off here with 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth, and Post State has made an 11-4 ball game.
The game will continue, but Dean's been battling a little bit of a soft ankle over the last week or so, and has a brace on it right now. And both when he scored back in the fourth inning, when he slid into home plate, I saw him come up and it was just a little ginger on that ankle. And now going into the first baseman McIlvaney came up hobbling again. So we'll have to see what that ankle's like going forward for him.
First pitch is chopped foul by Lettler. This will probably be Bunnell's last hitter. Here with 2 down in the bottom of the fifth inning. 11-4 is their score. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That's outside, and it's now 1-1 here to Lettler.
Yeah, that was pitch 105, so this will be Bunnell's last hitter. We'll see. There is activity in the Mandan bullpen. We'll see who the new pitcher will be after this at-bat by Lettler.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. Popped up on the left side. Coming in is going to be Anthony Johnson. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side here in the bottom of the sixth inning. So 1 run does score to keep the ball game alive on 2 hits in the inning, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. We head to the top of the sixth. The Eights are trailing Mandan 11-4. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre. Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
Back here, top of the sixth inning, it is going to be Andy Gordon now to come to the mound for Post State. As Jaden Wiebe, just a quick switch between Gordon and Wiebe. He was at third base, now Wiebe will take over there, and Gordon is now on the bump. Trying to keep this a 11-4 deficit. 10 runs in the top of the fifth inning. Game got away from the Eights in that top of the fifth. They did score that run in the bottom of the fifth inning to keep the ball game alive as we head to the top of the sixth. As it will be Avery Bogner, McCoy Keller, and Ryan Schlosser be the first 3 hitters. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Mandan. They had 15 guys come to the plate last inning. 10 runs came in to score. That was a tough inning for Post State. And one you could chalk it up to be probably the worst inning for Post State so far this season. And hopefully that is, at the end of the season, that is the only bad inning, that is the worst inning that they have. But they're not out of this one, down just 7. Still 6 outs to work with. They also had to keep themselves just down 7. There's a line shot. That's going to get down the line. And extra bases to kick off the top of the 6th for Bogner. He'll be standing at second base to open up the 6th. And back in scoring position, Bogner is now 4 for 4. 3 singles and a double for Bogner. 3 RBIs so far as well for the third baseman. Going to bring up McCoy Keller. Everybody reached base in the top of the fifth inning. All 9 guys reached base before the first out was committed in that fifth inning. First pitch is over for ball one to McCoy Keller inside for ball one.
11 runs, 9 hits, 1 error on the board for the Mandan Chiefs. 4 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors on the board for Post 8.
The 1-0 pitch is at the outside corner and is now 1-1. So again, the 8s, if they aren't able to come back in this one, will play Tuesday at 5 and 7:30. That one will get behind the hitter McKellar, and over to third base now will be Bogner. And there is that elusive 8-run lead that is 90 feet away, and the 8s would have to score again in the bottom of the 6th to extend it to the 7th. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's now 2-2. Keller's still 0 for 2, has not gotten one of those hits, and I mean, there's only 9 hits on the board for Mandan. 11 runs on just 9 hits. 2 more than Post 8. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one will miss low and outside, and it's now 3-2, and 4 of those 9 hits belong to one guy, in Avery Bogner.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Bogner's got 4, and the other 5 are sprinkled across 5 different players up and down the lineup.
3-2 pitch, line shot, one hopper off the glove of Hanson into left field, and it will be a 12-4 lead again, an 8-run lead again for the Mandan Chiefs.
Yeah, just a hard ground ball, just kind of short hopped Matt Hansen, tried to backhand the ball, but wasn't able to pick the ball, and Mandan pushes this lead back to 12-4.
They will give a hit to Keller to make it a 12-4 ball game, 10th hit the ball game now for Mandan. First pitch comes inside for ball one to Schlosser, who is 1 for 3 with a RBI single back in that top of the 5th inning. 1-0 pitch bounces in and is now 2-0. The 8s in the bottom of the 6th will have 8, 9, and 1. And right now they'll have to score at least 1 run to send it to the 7th. Love to see them put a big crooked number up in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is popped up. On the right side, Jack Merquan is over, and he will make the catch, and there is one down now here in the top of the 6th. We'll bring up Ben Kleinknecht. That's the second time I've done that. Kleinknecht. He's 0 for 2. Flew out to the right fielder, struck out swinging, drew a walk. Here's the first pitch to the catcher. Comes behind him, and it's 1-0.
I know some Kleins. I know some Connects. I don't know any Kleinknechts.
Now you do.
Now I come in contact with my first one.
I think he's been a part of this Mandan Chiefs team for the last couple of years. 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-1.
We were talking to Coach White after the home game on Wednesday against Huron, and kind of talking a little bit about the prospects for next year. 3 potential for, I think, up to 3 super seniors coming back. Aaron Booth, Bennett Dean, Isaac Polak, all eligible to come back next year. They are young enough to play next year, and then you've got a host of good baseball players coming up from that junior legion team. They're having a very good year, and so I know Coach White is saying that there's going to be a lot of seniors age out of the system in teams across the state. So I know he's very excited about the potential for next year.
As that one's popped up on the left side of the 2-2 pitch, and Matt Hansen will make the catch over at short, and there's now 2 down, and it will bring up the number 9 hitter Anthony Johnson. The Junior Legion playing in Sioux Falls right now, and they're in a tournament as they're playing the Renner Junior Legion team. They did lose to Eden Prairie 4-1. In their last game, they got pushed back from rain. They are playing now against the Renner Junior Legion. That's popped up on the left side. Spencer Lettler coming over on the left field to make the catch and retire the inning here in the top of the 6th, but another run comes in to score on 2 hits in the inning, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Post 8 needs another run to try and keep this ball game alive. They trail 12-4. You listen to Post 8 Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
This is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
As we welcome you back here, the bottom of the sixth inning, we do have a new man on the mound for the Mandan Chiefs, and we're trying to figure out that number.
I think it's Isaac Hudel, the designated hitter, is now on the mound for Mandan.
So nothing changing in the order, but it will be the DH that will come into the ball game to throw, as we'll see if Post State can score a couple runs. They need at least one run against Huddle to open up the bottom of the sixth inning. 8-9-1. Jack Merquan, Matt Hansen, and Aaron Booth will be the first three hitters, as the Eights will have to score a run here in the bottom of the sixth. Otherwise, their Minot tournament will come to an end, and we'll head to Brandon next Tuesday. Post State will potentially be at home coming up on July 5th to take on Harrisburg. If Harrisburg they're in that tournament over the 4th of July. If they win to play on that Monday, they will obviously not come to Pierre. And maybe if they play Sunday night, depending on how that schedule's laid out, as the first pitch is a swing and a miss by Merquan. They play that Sunday night, they may still not come to Hyde Stadium. It will all depend on the situation on if we will have that game on July 5th or not. That'll be the only time Post State will be at home until potentially the postseason. There's a ground ball. There's a base hit for Jack Merquan. As he got past the diving Bogner at third off the glove of Burgum. I don't think there's any chance of throwing out Merquan anyway. And it'll be a leadoff single for Merquan, who is now 3 for 3. 8 hits in the ballgame for Post State. 3 of those have come from Jack Merquan.
Kind of a seeing eye single, just like you said, a ball that got underneath the glove of a diving Bogner at third and then skipped off the glove of Burgum, who came over to try to take care of the play as well.
There's a diving attempt for Burgum for a line shot by Hansen. The first two are on base to open up the bottom of the sixth. And Hansen's got his first hit, and he'll bring up Aaron Booth. A base hit could at least extend this game in the 7th inning, because the Eights down by 8 right now have to score at least a run to head to the top of the 7th.
Eight's got a pulse. Down 8, bottom of 6. Nobody out, though. Runners first and second.
And here's the top of the order. Booth's going to get his first chance to swing the bat. And the first pitch will come inside and miss for ball 1. This is a big opportunity here for Post State, and especially if you just score one run, you extend to the 7th inning, but also you've opened yourself up to try and get a big crooked number up on the board. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Booth will sky it out towards left field. Going over is Johnson into foul territory. He will make the catch, and there's now one down here in the bottom of the 6th. And that will bring up Jaden Wiebe. I think Booth was trying to make it a 12-7 game pretty quickly.
Yeah, he had the launch angle, just got underneath it a little bit, and a nice play by Johnson. I mean, he was right over up against the fence when he made that catch over in foul ground and to retire Booth for the first out.
So now here is Jaden Wiebe. First pitch from Huddle will be off of Wiebe's leg. Rolls foul anyway, and it's now 0-1 to Wiebe, who is 2 for 3. He singled home the game's first run, which gave Post State a 1-0 lead. They end up taking a 2-0 lead in that bottom of the 3rd inning and held on with a 3-1 lead going in the top of the 5th before a 10 spot from Mandan has given them this 8-run lead, 12-4 right now. And it's now 1-1 to Wiebe. He doubled in the 5th inning. He scored the run off of the 2-out air. That was able to extend the game into the top of the 6th. Mandan answered back with that run, and now Post State trying to score at least another 1-1 pitch is caught in the inside corner. Is now 1-2. McGuire Rasky is on deck. It'll be followed by Andy Gordon, the cleanup hitter in the order. First and second, 1-2 pitch. Wiebe will skide out to left field. Going back is Johnson, just in front of the track. He'll make the catch. And there's now 2 down. And the Eights are down to their final strike once again. There's going to be a final out here once again.
A couple of loud outs for the Eights after getting the first 2 guys on, but Mandan just now 1 out away from ending this ball game and inning early.
Is McGuire Askey. He is 1 for 3 so far here today. Here's the first pitch to Rasky. As on the outside edge, taken for strike 1. Popped out in foul territory, also flew out to the center fielder. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He'll float it over the third baseman's head. That's going to land fair for another run to come in to score. Hansen will round second. He's on his way to third. He's going to try and score. The throw coming in, cut off. No throw to the plate. 2 runs come in on McGuire Rasky's 2 RBI double here with 2 down. And Post State has extended this ball game at least to the 7th. And they've made it a 12-6 ball game.
Yeah, and just kind of a chip shot from McGuire Rasky. Just a ball that he kind of stuck his bat out and flared over the top of the third baseman Bogner and had a lot of side spin on it. And when it got to the outfield turf, it just kept rolling and kind of shot towards the fence down the third base line and long run for Johnson. Bogner able to track the ball down, but it went about half the way down the fence and Hansen comes all the way around from third, and the Eights get a pair.
It's now a 12-6 ball game, as it's now a 1-1 count here to Andy Gordon. 10 hits in the ball game for both teams. Gordon, he is 1 for 3 so far. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He'll ground it over towards the shortstop. The play is made by Burgum. The throw to first is in time. And that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 6th. But 2 runs come in to score on 3 hits in the inning. No errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the top of the 7th. It is a 12-6 ball game as the Mandan Chiefs lead Post State. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
The Association of South Dakota County Weed and Pest Boards reminds all landowners and managers to look for and control noxious weeds this spring and summer. The receding water levels have provided new areas for noxious weeds to establish. Infestations that are found and treated early reduce the cost of control. For help identifying and controlling noxious weeds, call your county weed and pest supervisor or the South Dakota Department of Agriculture. Remember, good neighbors control noxious weeds.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Top of the 7th inning, it is a 12-6 lead for Mandan as they will have the top of the order. Isaac Cuddle, Lucas Burgum, and Preston McIlvaney be the first 3 hitters. By reaches base, it'll be Blake Ahrens as Andy Gordon on the mound for his 2nd inning of work. Post State scored those 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th to extend this to a top of the 7th. First pitch is outside for ball 1. So they give themselves a chance in the bottom of the 7th inning. With 5, 6, and 7 due up, we'd love for a 0 here. It'd be just trailing by 6 going in the bottom of the 7th. Counts 2-0 here to lead off man in the order and also in the inning, Isaac Huddle, who is the pitcher now for Mandan. 2-0 pitch will bounce in, and it's quickly 3-0.
And for the Eights, the fact that it's never say die. I mean, they could have put their tail between their legs in both the 5th inning and 6th inning and just ridden off into the sunset. But Eights put up a run to stay alive in the 5th, and then put up 2 to stay alive in the bottom of the 6th. So you know, you like the fight you see in this team.
Count is 3-1. Here to Huddle, 3-1 pitches outside, and a leadoff walk has been issued. And it'll be the 3rd time that Huddle's been on base. It'll bring up Lucas Burgum, who's still looking for his first hit. Been on base 3 times, though. Fielder's choice, reach on air, and also a walk. There's not many times you can reach base 3 different ways and not have one of them not be a base hit. I guess he can reach base another time being hit by a pitch before he would have to at least get a base hit. First pitch is fouled away. And it's 0-1. Because even a catcher's interference goes down as a base hit for you.
Okay.
So there's only just one other, I guess, an intentional walk, but it's still a walk. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And it's now 1-1. It'd be interesting to see.
I think there's 9 different ways you can reach first base, correct?
Well, yeah, you get fielder's choice, a base hit, a walk in air, hit by pitch.
Catcher's interference.
Catcher interference, but I guess it's still technically a single for you. Intentional walk.
I remember reading that one time, and I had committed it to memory at one point.
2-1 pitch is bouncing in. I believe it's 3-1 here now to Lucas Burgum. With nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Runner on first base. Here's the pitch from Gordon to Burgum. That one will miss, and it'll be another walk. As first and second here with nobody out here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, I believe there are 9 different ways to reach first base. Base hit, walk, fielder's choice, hit by pitch, fielding error, drop third strike, catcher's interference, fielder's interference, batted ball hits another runner before a fielder touches it.
Hey, wait a second. That happened yesterday, and he didn't get first base.
Only, but if the umpire assumes a double play.
Yeah. I was going to say, we saw that, but he didn't reach first base. First 2 have reached on walks. First pitch is missed, bouncing in for ball 1. A good block there by Hinkle to Preston McElvaney. And for Post State, really at this point, you're trying to get Andy Gordon to finish this inning, just to get you out and wrap up this inning, not have to use another arm. There's the 1-0 pitch that's grounded foul, and it's now 1-1.
Yeah, I suspect at this point, irregardless of any challenges that Andy Gordon runs into, I suspect this is probably his game to finish.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. That one is taken for a strike, and it's now 1-2.
Again, the Eights in setting themselves up, playing the long game. In reality, I mean, they're really, really focused on making sure that they have a pitching staff set up to play that doubleheader against Brandon, because Brandon right now sitting in, according to the latest standings, Brandon's sitting in the number 2 spot seed points wise. So either a split or a sweep against Brandon on Tuesday would be huge for Post 8.
1-2 pitch again. That's upstairs as now 2-2 to Preston McElvaney.
And I expect at this point that the starters on Tuesday will be some combination of Jack Van Camp, Isaac Pollock, or Lincoln Keenholz, probably 2 of those 3. And I would say potentially right now you're probably looking at Van Camp and Pollock would be my guess. I don't think you can discount the possibility of Keenholz, but my guess would be Van Camp and Pollock at this point.
2-2 pitch, curveball that slipped off the hands of Gordon, and the count is now full at 3-2. Nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. 3-2 pitch upcoming from Gordon to Preston McElvaney. That one's popped up on the right side over into right center field, but McGuire Rasky will come in. He'll make the catch, and there's one down here at the top of the 7th. It's a big first down here for Post State, because really, yes, it kind of feels like this game might be out of reach, but it's a 6-run ball game that if it's still a 6-run ball game, you never know what might happen. We've seen 10 runs score in an inning in the top of the 5th. Yeah, it was for Mandan, but a lot of runs scoring in an inning isn't out of the question here, especially in this ball game. First pitch is over for strike 1 to the number 4 Blake Ahrens, who is 1 for 4 with a double, 2 RBI double. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is fouled and actually hit the bat twice. And it's now 0-2. There's going to be 2 strikes anyway, but if he swings and fouls it and then he hits it again, you're going to give him 2 strikes. It was the first pitch of the at-bat.
It works for me.
Yeah. Only if it's for the other team. You get the 2 strikes. The count is 0-2. Aaron's looked at his bat going, what just happened? 0-2 pitch is outside, and it's now 1-2. You don't see that very often where you bounce a ball, chop a ball at the plate, and then on your backswing, hit it farther foul. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That was low, and it's now 2-2 here to Aarons. Avery Bogner, who is 4 for 4, is on deck. Looking for a 5 for 5 game, unless we get an inning-ending double play from Aarons. 2-2 pitch. That's outside, and it's now 3-2. Would love for a ground ball here. Somewhere on the infield, start a double play. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Gordon to Aarons. A little floater, and Aaron Booth will make the catch, and there's now 2 down. The interesting thing, though, was the infield fly was not called. There was really not much of a chance to make the call. Now, under the umpire's discretion there, if he drops it, they can say he dropped it on purpose, call him out, and everybody stays. But there's a possibility that he could have accidentally dropped it and then got the runner at second, then threw over to third and got the guy in the pickle to turn a double play that way. First pitch is to Avery Bogner's outside, but you also got to drop it right in front of you so he doesn't scoot away from you.
Yeah, and it would have been interesting to see where Aaron Booth would have thrown that ball had he dropped it intentionally or unintentionally.
As the count is 1-1. Now as Bogner fouled that one away, he's looking for a 5 for 5 game. 3 singles and a double so far for the third baseman. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Comes up and in, and it's now 2-1. He threw well in game 1 earlier today at noon between these two teams with a 6-1 win for Mandan, and he has hit the ball really well as he'll foul that one, turned on it, would have had enough distance if he had straightened it out. That might have cleared the second wall back there and got out of the entire ballpark if he had straightened it out, but the count is now at 2-2.
Yeah, there's actually a second fence that runs all the way around Corbett Field, mainly to I suppose it's to keep the non-paying fans from peeking over the outfield fence. But yeah, there's actually a second fence, probably about 30 feet behind the outfield wall.
Count is 3-2. So here is the 3-2 pitch. Bogner will chop it foul. We'll do it again here at 3-2. Runners will be in motion again. They took off on that last 3-2 pitch. So a base hit or even a double could clear the bases here. On deck is McCoy Keller, who is 1 for 3. Here's a 3-2 pitch again. Inside, and it will be a walk, so it'll still be a 4 for 4 game for Bogner. He has been on base all 5 times, and the bases are now loaded here with 2 away. For the number 6 hitter, McCoy Keller. Singled in his last at-bat, singled home Bogner. Back at the top of the 6th inning. There's a line shot that is just foul. That landed on the edge of that, what would be the infield dirt in foul territory. And I don't mean infield dirt as in going out in the outfield, where the infield dirt ends on the foul territory side. That's where it landed. That's how close it was to being a fair ball down the line. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one is skied out to center field. Looks like Andy Gordon will get out with a scoreless inning, and he will with the fly ball to McGuire Raskey out in center. No run score, no hits in the inning, no errors, and 3 men left on base. We hit the bottom of the 7th. It is a 12-6 lead for Mandan. Post State needs at least 6 runs to keep this ball game moving. You listen to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master, the clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Post State will have 5, 6, and 7. Cade Hinkle, Bennett Dean, and Spencer Lettler to lead things off here in the bottom of the 7th. Aim to score at least 6 runs to keep this ball game moving. And it's going to be important here for the Eights to not try and get all 6 runs back with one swing. Just take it one at-bat at a time, move the line, pass it on the next man, get on base any way you possibly can. Because we're going to have to bat through this order to try and keep this ball game going, as the first pitch to Cade Hinkle is upstairs for ball 1. Hinkle so far in the ball game is 0 for 3. Struck out swinging, ground out to the shortstop, and also popped out to the shortstop, as that one is outside, and is now 2-0, as Huddle has found himself behind Cade Hinkle to open up here the bottom of the 7th inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one will bounce in and is now 3-0 here to Hinkle. Hinkle, Dean, and Lettler. Merkwan would be the first man if anybody reaches, which they have to reach. Hopefully all 3 of them are able to reach. 3-0 pitch. Hinkle taking all the way, and it will be low for ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to open up the bottom of the 7th, which is what you want to see, the first man reaching base, as it will bring up Bennett Dean, who is 1 for 3 so far. He grounded out to the first baseman and a 3-1 put out, a double, and also reached on an error, which at that time, if he does not reach on the air, he would have ended the ball game, but instead that error allowed a run to score, as the first pitch will skip to the backstop. Hinkle will take second base. He's not in any rush to run around the bases right now, and why would you be? You got to score 6 runs. You don't need to get yourself thrown out or potentially thrown out. Just take the base that's given to you. As that's 5 straight misses to open up here at the bottom of the 7th from the pitcher Huddle, with Bennett Dean at the plate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will miss inside, and it's 6 straight misses here to open up the bottom of the 7th.
And with just 3 outs to give away, right now you just play station-to-station baseball. You just take what the other team will give you, and you don't take any risks.
2-0 pitch is over for a strike, and it's now 2-1. I think Dean was probably going to take all the way until he got to that first strike, so the count is 2-1. Here to the first baseman, Bennett Dean, 2-1 pitch. That one will bounce in. 3-1 is the count. And again, you're down by 6, so don't need to be, 3-1 pitch, you're going to be looking for something good at a good hitter's count, but you're not going to get all 6 runs back with one swing. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Huddle to Dean. Ground ball to the right side will move Hinkle over to third. The throw from second is in time. The first out here in the bottom of the 7th, and it'll bring up Spencer Lettler. And Post State 2 outs away from their Minot tournament coming to an end. Start out with promise, win the first 2 games against Watertown, Minnesota, and Minot, but now potentially falling in back-to-back games to the Mandan Chiefs, as the first pitch is over for strike 1 to Spencer Lettler, who is 0 for 3. Struck out looking, flew out to the center fielder and left fielder. That one misses inside, and it's 1-1. Merkwan on deck. He is 3 for 3. Would love to see a 4 for 4 ball game from the Post State right fielder. 1-1 pitch. That one bounces in, and it's now 2-1. Any way to get on. And a 10-run top of the 5th inning for Mandan. See if the Post State team can score 7. Get a lucky number 7 up on the board here in the bottom of the 7th. Counts 3-1. Ball got away from the pitcher Huddle on the throw back from Klein Connect. But again, in a 1-run ball game, maybe Hinkle tries to score that, but down by 6. No need to chance it. 3-1 pitch. That is on the outside edge, and it's now 3-2.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, that the ball that skipped away from Huddle, probably Hinkle scores if this is a much different situation, but right now every run, every runner, every run is important, and so again, it's just you only go as far as what you know you can get right now.
It was a walk issued to Spencer Lettler, so it's going to be first and third for Merkwan to come to the plate. 3 for 3 so far, a double, single, and another single. He's come around to score 2 of the 6 runs for Post State. First pitch is over for a strike. One down here in the bottom of the 7th. Be Matt Hansen, then back to the top of the order for Aaron Booth. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a chopper in left side. It'll be fielded. Tough play for the third baseman. The throw to first is in time to get a speedy Merkwan from Bogner. Run does come in to score, so it's a 12-7 ball game. But now Post State down to their final out, and they've got to string it together a big 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Bogner. Just a high chopper that he came in, had to go to his left, and actually picked the ball just before it short hopped him, and then his momentum carried him over towards first base, and made a nice play both to pick up the ball and made a nice throw to get Merkwan by a step, and now the 8's down to their final out.
Count is 0-1 here to Matt Hansen. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one comes inside, nearly gets him on the helmet. And the count is now 1-1. He was hit by a pitch earlier in the ball game. Came up around the collarbone area as he started to go around, but did not actually swing. He is 1 for 2 in the ball game. 1-1 pitch. That one will come in and hit him. Second time he's been hit. And it's now first and second to bring up Aaron Booth.
I think that moves Matt Hansen's hit by pitch total to 7 on the year. I think that puts him well into the lead. I think he was at 5 coming into the weekend, and the 2 today had make it 7 if I'm correct.
He's now been hit 7 times, and it will be the lead for Matt Hansen, and looks like he's well in control of that lead being hit by a pitch. Aaron Booth will swing and miss the first pitch. He is 0 for 1 so far. Flew out to the left fielder, missing a home run in that bottom of the 6th inning by a couple of extra feet. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Booth. Outside corner, and it's now 0-2. So Post State down to their final strike here in the ball game and in the tournament. Mandan Chiefs went 0-2 yesterday, and now a strike away from going 2-0 today, and a spot in the championship tomorrow. Long looking to get the sign from Huddle. Here's a 0-2 pitch. Booth will ground it over the shortstop, Burgum. The throw to first is going to be wide. It's going to get towards the side. Another run will come in to score. The ball game will continue. That is now a 12-8 ball game. And Post State down by just 4. All of a sudden, the tying run moves to the on-deck circle if Jaden Wiebe can get on base.
A ball that Burgum had to go to his right, and Lettler able to kind of just come in front of Burgum as he's trying to field the ball. Maybe distracted Burgum just a bit, and the throw ended up on the home plate side of first base.
First pitch is popped up on the right side. It will be caught by the second baseman in Keller to end the ball game, as the 8s will fall here in the bottom of the 7th, as they will fall 12-8. And their tournament will come to an end as they go 2-2 here in Minot, losing to Mandan in both games. We step aside for 2 minutes, come back to wrap up the tournament here in Minot. You're listening to Post State Baseball here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at comtechplus.com.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or Post State apparel? All Around Graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All Around Graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue or call 224-4677. All Around Graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop.
Agtegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Agtegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Agtegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
As we welcome you back here to Minot, as it is a final score 12-8 as Post State falls to the Mandan Chiefs to wrap up their tournaments as they would go to 2-2. They lose both games here today, which eliminates them in the semifinals in the second game as John Wickler alongside Greg Dean. An unfortunate end for this Post State team in this tournament at Minot because they were playing really well yesterday and kind of felt like they were kind of put themselves in a groove to be in the championship game tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, and just just a day where the baseball gods just didn't smile on you. Go out and actually played a competitive game in game number 1, lost 6-1 to Mandan, but then just the one bad inning here in game number 2 in the semifinal, where they gave up the 10 runs in the 5th inning, and just not because they did a whole lot wrong. I mean, Mandan just started stringing good at bats together and was able to put those 10 runs on the board. You take those 10 runs off the board, and this is a 7-2 ball game in favor of the Eights.
As there was a 10-run at the top of the 5th inning. They had 10 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base in the top of the 5th for the for the Mandan Chiefs to take control of that game. They were down 3-1 going in. They had an 11-3 lead after the top of the 5th. They scored another in the 6th, and Post State unable to claw their way all the way back as they scored 2 runs. Scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th. They scored runs in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. And a lot of times when you're doing that, you're probably putting yourself in a good position. But that top of the 5th inning got out of hand for Post State and ended up costing them as they lost 12-8. And we'll finish the Minot tournament here this evening. And then now we'll be waiting to take on Brandon Valley on Tuesday out in Brandon for a doubleheader starting at 5 o'clock, as we'll get back to some South Dakota games Tuesday, and then on Friday as well, as they will travel out to Mitchell next week, Friday. The Eights will fall 12-8 here in this ball game. Greg, your final thoughts here on the weekend?
Well, and I think overall, you certainly would have liked to have played into Sunday, but I think overall, the Eights kind of came up and did what they wanted to do. I mean, they got a lot of at bats for a lot of different players. Got a lot of innings. They came out of here with a pitching staff that's intact and ready to go for the big doubleheader on Tuesday against Brandon. Had a good showing up here. We're competitive against some good teams, and like I said, take the one bad inning off the board. That's going to probably sit in their craw for a while, but they get a chance to get back at it on Tuesday against a very good Brandon Valley team in a doubleheader that's gonna mean a lot for the Eights as for the standings going forward. And again, we're less than 4 weeks away from playoff time in South Dakota.
As the Eights will finish the weekend here at 2-2, they beat Minot and Watertown yesterday, but then fell to Mandan in both games here today, as that will wrap things up for us here from Minot, as we'll be on the air at around 4:40 on Tuesday, as Post State will take on Brandon in that doubleheader, as Brandon Valley will be looking to continue their good streak, but Post State looking for some 2 big wins against another South Dakota Class A opponent. Thanks to Jacob Mayer, our technical producer for today. Thanks to Greg Dean to my right, John Winkler here. Final score, once again, Mandan will end Post State's tournament here in Minot. They win it 12-8 as we say good nights from Corbett Field.
You've been listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post State Baseball is brought to you by Evermore Boutique, Wagner Auto, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, Service Master, Rising Hope Counseling, Todd's Electric, Pierre Sports Center, AirTech, Gales Gas, Avera, Bank West, B&B Equipment, Overhead Door Company, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Farting Electric, Olson Plumbing, Agtegra, All Around Graphics, First Dakota National Bank, Comtech, Shane's Pharmacy, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Midwest Cooperative, South Dakota Weed and Pest, Nystrom Electric, Dakota Sprinkler, Lamb Motor, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Sioux Nation, Kruger Contracting, Home Care Services, and Fisher Rounds. Join us all season long for Post-A Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. This has been a special presentation of Riverfront Broadcasting Sports, Central South Dakota's